Chapter 1178. Violent Dragon Gang Lu Qingyu said that Qin Yun is Lu Haikong's esteemed guest. The other people on the ship all looked at Qin Yun with disdain. Qingyu, your grandfather really has such an esteemed guest, the red-dressed woman said with sneer. Sister Yuan Hong, what do you mean? Why can't he become my grandfather's esteemed guest? Lu Qingyu's expression immediately became displeased. She asked with frown. At this time, another white-dressed woman with oval face let out a series of light laughter. This laughter is filled with ridicule. This oval-faced woman in a white dress was also very beautiful. Earlier, Lu Qingyu called her Bai Yuyun. After Bai Yuyun finished mocking, she said with a sharp tone, Sister Yuan Hong, it's not like you don't know how Qingyu likes face. She can only say that this man is old man Lu's esteemed guest. Only then can she show off his status. This Bai Yuyun is from the sea dragon races by family. Her grandfather is also the family head. Her status is as high as Lu Qingyu's. Another woman with purple hairpin and extremely flirtatious appearance said with smile, Qingyu, it's not right for you to play this kind of trick in front of us. This man you brought, other than his good looks, how can he become your grandfather's esteemed guest? This woman's name is Gao Jiajia. She is holding a mirror and tidying up her makeup. Yuan Hong, Bai Yun, and Gao Jiajia are the same as Lu Qingyu. Their grandfather is the family head. Lu Qingyu rolled her eyes and did not explain further. Instead, she said, Then what is the background of the man you brought? Speaking of the man she brought, Gao Jiajia is the most cocky. She immediately looked at the handsome and tall man beside her. This man is wearing purple clothes that are engraved with runes. The clothes look like they are made from very soft bee skin. With a glance, one can tell that they are not ordinary clothes, but extremely high-quality treasure clothes. I am Sea Tiger Race's Sun Qingwen's grandson, Sun Daqiang. This man's expression is grave and stern. He looked at Qin Yun with disdain and said coldly. Gao Jiajia very proudly smiled and said, He is great master Sun Qingwen's grandson. He is also a small inscription master. Don't look at how burly he is. He is very considerate to me. Not to be outdone, Bai Yuyun nudged the scholar-like handsome young man beside her. The handsome youth in white clothes waved his folding fan and said with a faint smile, I am Zhuge Haoqing. His indifferent words caused everyone on the ship, including Qin Yun, to look at him in surprise. Sun Daqiang, who was cold and arrogant just now, also looked over with respect. He cupped his hands and said, Oh, it's Grandmaster Zhuge's eldest grandson. It's an honor to meet you. Bai Yun had a smug look on her face as she glanced at Gao Jiajia with disdain in her eyes. Yuan Hong immediately felt jealous and inferior because the man beside her was somewhat unpresentable. The man beside Yuan Hong had a mustache and wore a set of dazzling golden clothes. His face was filled with a hypocritical smile as he respectfully said to Zhuge Haoqing, I am Duan Fide. I heard that Grandmaster Zhuge was a guest at my Duan residence. I didn't expect to meet Grandmaster Zhuge's beloved grandson here. Although there was a faint smile on Zhuge Haoqing's face, everyone could see his pride and disdain. Qin Yun suddenly felt that this woman from the Sea Dragon clan was quite powerful. The men she found were all disciples of famous sections. Lu Qingyu, on the other hand, had a look of disdain on her face. Although she didn't have a man, she didn't envy these sisters at all. That's because she knew very well that these sisters were just playthings for those young masters. Of course, those young masters could also be the playthings of those sisters. Sometimes it was just like this. It was not certain who played who, or perhaps it was necessary. Lu Qingyu was very clear about these things, so she always wore a single dress. Gao Jiajia suddenly felt that her man was rather lacking. Then, she teased Lu Qingyu. Qingyu, if you lack a man, just tell us. We can find a better one for you. For example, the grandson of the Sea Qilin clan's patriarch. He said before that those who want to pursue you, how can you just find a random person to deal with them? Isn't this just letting others take advantage of you? I already said, we're just friends. I brought him to find Lu Canfeng to demand an explanation. Furthermore, he is indeed my grandfather's honored guest, believe it or not. Lu Qingyu became somewhat impatient. Miss Lu, my elder brother Duan Feicai has been chasing after you for many years. In the end, he didn't succeed, truly regretful. Duan Fai laughed and said to Qin Yun, "This brother, what is your cultivation? In this kind of place, there is no need to be so secretive, right?" Apart from Qin Yun, the rest of the people on the ship are all peak martial emperors. Sun Daqiang said with sneer, "Maybe his cultivation is too low, so he used his secret treasure to conceal himself?" Ha! Zhuge Haoqing also chuckled and said, "Maybe this brother is pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger." The one who is the most proud is Bai Yuyun because the man she brought is Venerable Master Zhuge's grandson. She said with sneer, "Qingyu, is your friend a mute? Why isn't he saying anything?" Gao Jiejia chuckled and said, "Maybe he feels inferior? After all, everyone here is a famous person. Qingyu, he's quite a good match for you. Both of you are wearing the same old-fashioned clothes. Even the color is the same." Yuan Hong also teased. Lu Qingyu is so angry that her teeth itched. She glanced at Qin Yun. He is actually sitting there calmly with his eyes closed. She truly admires this kind of realm. However, she can understand after thinking about it. Qin Yun is a venerable master. How could a venerable master lower himself to the level of these small fries? Wouldn't that be very degrading? She is very clear that Qin Yun fought with Venerable Master Zhuge from a distance, destroyed Duan Fatesai's luxurious ship, beat up young Master Wang and young Miss Lu, but nothing happened to him. Clearly, Venerable Master Zhuge and the Duan family are very cautious about this matter and don't dare to act rashly. At this time, she increasingly feels that Qin Yun is completely different from those vain youngsters. This is the demeanor a high and mighty expert should have. Da Qiang, young Master Zhuge, is the grandson of a venerable master. You must properly learn from him. Gao Jiejia said, Of course. Sun Daqiang simply can't act in front of Zhuge Haoqing. Young Master Sun, was the clothes you're wearing made by your grandfather? The finesse of these runes should be at least at the 8th level, right? Zhuge Haoqing said with a smile. It's only at the 7th level of finesse. Sun Daqiang is somewhat embarrassed as he forced a smile. Bai Yun touched Zhuge Haoqing's clothes and said with a complacent smile, The white robe on Haoqing's body doesn't seem to have any runes, but it's a king-tier treasure. It's impervious to swords and spears, impervious to water and fire, and can even resist the cold. This immediately made Yuan Hong and Gao Jiejia, the two couples, very envious. The ship quickly sailed on the sea, heading towards a luxurious ship parked outside the archipelago. The disciples of the famous sects on the ship are all chatting and laughing. Only Qin Yun and Lu Qingyu did not participate. They sat quietly. Gao Jiejia suddenly said to Qin Yun in a very sharp tone, Friend, your skin is really thick. Why don't you ask around, what kind of occasion is the gathering of our sea dragon race's youths? You actually have the face to come? Gao Jiejia, what do you mean? Just as Lu Qingyu was about to flip out, Qin Yun opened his eyes and signaled her not to say anything else. Lu Qingyu immediately shut her mouth. She indeed did not have Qin Yun's temperament, and it would be difficult for her to do so. She felt that if she were Qin Yun, she would definitely teach these pretentious couple a lesson. Bai Yun said to Qin Yun with a sneer, Friend, you don't have any ability, so don't delay our Qingyu. You must know that every day, many people come to find us sisters and ask us to introduce Qingyu to them. Feel free to introduce me. Lu Qingyu snorted lightly. Zhuge Haoqing smiled faintly. Maybe Miss Lu only wants to control men? Throw them away after playing. Yuan Hong said with a smile. Qingyu, so that's how it is. It's no wonder. With your personality, you definitely only want to conquer men and not be conquered by men. Lu Qingyu was so angry that she wanted to hit someone. Just as she was about to flip out, the boat suddenly stopped. Boatman, why did you stop the boat? Bai Yiyun shouted, We shouldn't have arrived at the purple gold sea dragon ship yet, right? We encountered pirates. The boatman said in a low voice. Their pirate ship has a flag with a black dragon painted on it. It's the violent dragon gang of the 3 great pirate gangs. Zhuge Haoqing's expression slightly changed. Tell them that we are from the sea dragon race. Yuan Hong said again. They said they wanted to board the ship and collect protection fees. Because we entered their territory, the boatman said. Zhuge Haoqing smiled faintly. Let them come up, Bai Yiyun said proudly. Haoqing, they will definitely be afraid of you, right? Of course, Zhuge Haoqing said with a proud smile. Not long after, two large men boarded the ship. As soon as they boarded, they released their powerful half-immortal aura. At this time, Zhuge Haoqing, Duan Fide, Sun Daqiang, Yuan Hong, Gao Zhejia, and Bai Yun all revealed their identities and origins. The two large men who boarded the ship are frowning. They are somewhat depressed. Although they are from the violent dragon gang, these young disciples are all from prestigious aristocratic families. If they offend all of them and the older generation behind them take action together, it will be very troublesome. Who is this young lady? The black-clothed middle-aged man looked at Lu Qingyu and asked, I am Lu Qingyu. Lu Qingyu only said her name. She did not say her grandfather. Old man, Lu Haikong's granddaughter? Old man Lu once destroyed 3 of our violent dragon gang's ships. The black-clothed middle-aged man said with sneer, Your Lu family and our violent dragon gang have enmity, so you cannot avoid paying protection fees. 10 Regent Origin Stones, the other middle-aged man yelled. 10 King-quality Regent Origin Stones is nothing to Lu Qingyu, but she doesn't want to pay. However, she did not want to give it up. She said angrily, Who said that this sea belongs to the wild dragon gang? Our violent dragon gang's ships have been here for several thousand years. Because of our ships, this area is very safe and there are no sea beasts. You should honestly hand over 10 Regent Origin Stones. The middle-aged man said. Yuan Hong and others are very clear about Lu Qingyu's temperament. She will definitely not hand over the stones. They are also worried that something big will happen, so they all took out their Regent Origin Stones and handed them over to the large man. Zhuge Haoqing promptly stopped them, then looked at Qin Yun and said with smile, Young Lady Lu's friend will pay for this bit of Regent Origin Stones. Brat, are you going to pay? The two of you will pay 100 Regent Origin Stones in total. The large man placed his saber on Qin Yun's neck and said in cold voice. Chapter 1179. Chapter 1179. See disturbance hearing Qin Yun's words. Lu Qingyu has a bad premonition, but she doesn't know what to do. She wants to hand over the Regent Origin Stones to the pirate, but she doesn't want to do so in her heart, because she also wants to kill these 2 pirates. Zhuge Haoqing and others are very amazed. They did not expect that Qin Yun would dare to speak such unyielding words. They are only amazed, but soon after they are watching from the side with schadenfreude. Brat, what is the meaning of this? Do you think that we don't have the ability to take your life? The middle-aged man's expression immediately became fierce. I will give you one more chance. Hand over 100 Regent Origin Stones. This is protection fee. This is also the rule of this sea region. I don't need your protection. You also don't have the qualifications to protect me. Does this mean that I don't have to pay protection fee? Qin Yun said in cold voice. Ha ha ha. The 2 pirates immediately burst into laughter. It seems like you don't want to pay? The most robust middle-aged man said with sneer. I said before, I don't have Regent Origin Stones. I only have 1 life. If you have the ability, then take it. Qin Yun is calmly sitting there. He looks very calm. I am warning you. He is my grandfather's honored guest. If you offend him, my grandfather will come and settle the debt with you. Lu Qingyu said again, I know that your violent dragon gang is very afraid of my grandfather because you are raising 2 dragons. You are worried that my grandfather will kill you, right? The robust middle-aged man laughed loudly and said, Miss Lu, you are wrong. Is this guy truly your grandfather's honored guest? That's great. Let's bring him back and let your grandfather personally come and get him. Naturally, you will still have to pay protection fee. If you don't, I will let you know what is called pain. The 2 middle-aged men took out a long rod filled with barbs. Sun Daqiang said with smile, Brother, do you think that because you have old man Lu backing you, these pirates won't dare touch you? Truly ridiculous. Collecting protection fee is an unwritten rule of transcending Xianxi region. Don't tell me you don't know about this. Gout Judge said with sneer. How can a country bumpkin like him know about this? Zhuge Haoqing shook his head and said with smile. In transcending Xianxi region, strength is everything. The so-called rules were only set up for those who were weak. Take out your region origin stones. Don't tell me that you don't even have a few region origin stones. The two men could tell that Zhuge Haoqing and the other two couples were not on the same side as Qin Yun and Lu Qingyu. Using strength to decide the rules, Qin Yun suddenly extended a finger and pointed at the burly middle-aged man's head. Less bullshit. If you don't take out your region origin stone, I will stab your mouth with my rod. The robust middle-aged man's expression became incomparably fierce. He tightly held the short rod filled with barbs in his hand. There were traces of dried blood and flesh on the sticks. It was obvious that many people had been hit by this kind of stick. Qin Yun pointed at the burly middle-aged man and pressed two of his fingers together. Suddenly, his fingertips flashed, and a surge of energy surged out. Crack! A crisp explosion suddenly rang out, causing everyone's ears to hurt. Qin Yun's finger shot out a powerful energy that penetrated the sturdy middle-aged man's head, leaving behind a fist-sized hole on his face. The power of the piercing mountain and splitting earth finger penetrated through the cabin and flew outside. Clang! The sturdy middle-aged man fell on the ground. His short rod fell to the ground. Zhuge Haoqing and the others who originally wanted to take joy in other people's misfortune are now completely dumbstruck. Their faces are filled with fear. Even Lu Qingyu did not expect that Qin Yun would attack like this. Moreover, it was so sudden and so calm. Qin Yun slowly lowered his hand, looked at the other pirate whose legs are trembling, and said indifferently, I just said, I can protect myself. You also saw it. He wanted to harm me. I killed him. That should be enough to prove that I can protect myself, right? That sturdy pirate was a half-immortal, but he was killed in an instant. You, if you have guts, don't kill me. Just you wait. The still-alive middle-aged pirate rushed out of the cabin in panic while holding the corpse. Xiao Yunyu, why'd you let him go? You should have killed him. Lu Qingyu said in low voice. Don't worry. Don't be afraid of them. Qin Yun finished speaking and got up to leave. Xiao Yun, where are you going? Lu Qingyu is somewhat worried. She hastily stepped forward and pulled Qin Yun back. I am going to their pirate ship to prevent them from coming over. Qingyu, you should go participate in that gathering by yourself. Don't worry about me. Qin Yun patted Lu Qingyu's shoulder and walked out of the cabin. Lu Qingyu can only let Qin Yun go by himself. She took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent a sound transmission to Lu Haikong. Yuan Hong and others are watching from the side. They don't dare to ask too much. They now know that Qin Yun is not an ordinary person. He has the demeanor of a hidden expert. After Qin Yun left the cabin, he stepped on the half-immortal shield and quickly chased after the pirate. He saw the pirate's ship. It is not very big. It is more than 100 meters long. Compared to those huge ships, it is relatively small. When the pirate saw Qin Yun chasing after him, he desperately rowed the wooden boat. Big brother, quickly save me, the pirate shouted. He is now near the pirate's ship. He carried the corpse and flew towards the ship. A few old men ran out of the pirate's ship. They're all first and second tribulation half-immortals. They also learned that their companions have been killed. Qin Yun approached the pirate's ship, flew up, and landed on the deck. You killed one of our companions and still dare to come here. You are truly courageous, an old man holding a large saber furiously said to Qin Yun. Other people surrounded Qin Yun one after another. Qin Yun looked at the people all around him and said, I only need one move to kill one of you. Guess who'll be killed by me first. Do you dare bet? They saw the corpse on the ground. It was not a weak half-immortal, yet he was killed in one move. No one dares to bet. After all, this is gambling with their lives. There are more than 10 people surrounding Qin Yun. 2 of them are second tribulation half-immortals. The rest are first tribulation half-immortals and peak martial emperors. If Qin Yun suddenly attacked, he would surely be able to kill one of them. Normally they are tyrannical, but that is only when facing weak people. Now that a half-immortal has died, it means they have kicked an iron board. Then why did you come here? To apologize to us? That old man asked. He is the boss of this place. Qin Yun looked at the sea dragon race's boat that has already gone far away, shook his head and said, I just didn't want to trouble you to find me, so I came here myself. Apologize? That's impossible. After all, I am your people. You want to force me to pay some protection fee? Boss, he is Lu Haikong's esteemed guest. That middle-aged man said in deep voice. Lu Haikong's esteemed guest? That old man's expression slightly changed. They are all very afraid of Lu Haikong. Moreover, Lu Haikong's sea dragon race has also gathered at Heavenly Rhythm Archipelago. Their momentum is very great. They have more than 10,000 large ships. Lu Haikong has a lot of prestige in sea dragon race, so they are all very afraid. Suddenly, a bright red large ship appeared behind them. The flag on this large ship has two domineering characters Nong Tian written on it. It's Nong Tian's ship. That boss expression greatly changed when he saw the large ship. The large ship is several hundred meters long. It is much bigger than this pirate ship. When Nong Tian's large ship passed by, it suddenly stopped. Violent dragon gang's people, why are you stopping your ship here? Do you want me to pay protection fee? Nong Tian's voice can be heard from the large ship. It is unknown where he is, but his voice can be heard. Brother Hu, what a coincidence. You're going to participate in the gathering of the sea dragon race's youths, right? Qin Yun suddenly shouted. When the pirates heard Qin Yun's voice, they all cursed in their hearts. They never expected that Qin Yun would actually know a scourge like Nong Tian. Brother Qin, Nong Tian promptly flew over from the large ship and asked in astonishment, Why are you on this pirate ship? Qin Yun said with a smile. They asked me for protection fee, but I didn't give it. They wanted to hit me, so I hit them back. Nong Tian also saw the corpse and is secretly apprehensive of Qin Yun's strength. After killing a half-immortal pirate, he can still stand here and talk wittily and wittily. Boss, who this? It's all a misunderstanding. The boss saw Nong Tian's golden eyeball suddenly turn black. His heart trembled, and he hastily said, Misunderstanding? Then how should we deal with this misunderstanding? Nong Tian laughed sinisterly. Let's just forget about it. It's our fault. We will apologize to this friend. The boss can only bow and apologize to Qin Yun like a grandson. Brother Qin, come to my ship. I have something important to discuss with you. Nong Tian truly has something important to discuss with Qin Yun. He brought Qin Yun and flew to his flashy red large ship. Seeing Qin Yun and Nong Tian leave, the pirates wiped their cold sweat. Because according to their understanding of Nong Tian, he truly dares to kill them. Nong Tian brought Qin Yun to a luxurious hall inside the ship. Qin Yun sat on a comfortable chair and asked, What's the important matter? That Zhuge Qingxiong can't break Medicine King Chu's barrier. Reportedly, he was injured in Duan residence. As for what's going on, my people haven't investigated clearly. Nong Tian said with smile, Brother Qin, Medicine King Chu's things are not easy to obtain. I just saw his grandson Zhuge Haoqing. Qin Yun laughed. Oh, weren't you taken away by Lu Qingyu? Nong Tian asked. Qin Yun explained the situation just now. Duan Fide, Sun Daqiang, Zhuge Haoqing. These three are all trash. Nong Tian said with smile. I won't hide it from you. I'm only a bit older than them, but they are just peak martial emperors. This kind of trash only knows how to indulge in debauchery all day long. Qin Yun now knows why Nong Tian has such a high position. It is because he is young and promising. At this time, Lu Qingyu sent sound transmission to Qin Yun to ask about his situation. Qingyu, I am on Brother Hu's ship. He is my friend. I am fine now. Qin Yun replied. What? My grandfather is already on the way. He should be here very soon. Lu Qingyu sent sound transmission. She is very shocked that Qin Yun actually knows Nong Tian. Chapter 1180. Chapter 1180. Underwater Treasure Domain. Nong Tian suddenly became nervous after learning that Lu Haikong is coming. He said with smile, I hope old man Lu won't destroy my ship. I am a bit afraid of him. No need to be afraid. Qin Yun said with smile. Oh, that's right, Brother Qin. I found some clues regarding Medicine King Chu's altar. I only know that the two altars are under the deep sea. I think they are near the heavenly rhythm islands or under the waters of the islands. Hu Nongtian said again. Hearing this news, Qin Yun decided to let Long Tianji release the small spiders to search. Not long after, Hu Nongtian received news that someone is approaching the ship. Qin Yun and Hu Nongtian promptly went to the deck and saw something quickly approaching from the left side. Old Man Lu is riding his sea dragon shark. His speed is very fast, Hu Nongtian said with smile. Lu Haikong is indeed standing on the back of a shark that is covered in white dragon scales and has two dragon horns. He is holding the two dragon armors and is majestically galloping over. After he arrived, he flew onto the deck and landed. Junior Hu Nongtian greets Old Man Lu. Hu Nongtian very politely said, Hu Ba is talking about his son? I didn't expect you to know a Yun. I thought he was captured by the pirates of the Violent Dragon Gang. Lu Haikong said with smile. Those pirates can't deal with Brother Qin. Hu Nongtian said with smile. Old Man Lu, I have disturbed you. I am truly sorry. Qin Yun did not expect that Lu Qingyu would call Lu Haikong over. It's fine, it's fine. Qingyu said that those guys from the Violent Dragon Gang knew that you're my honor guest, but they still wanted to capture you. I was so angry that I immediately rushed over. Lu Haikong said with angry expression. Those guys, I destroyed 3 of their ships, but they still don't learn their lesson. It seems like I will have to continue teaching them a lesson. Hu Nongtian and Qin Yun promptly invited Lu Haikong into the luxurious hall. Xiao Hu, you know how to enjoy life much better than your father. Lu Haikong said with chuckle. I'm not on the same path as him. That stubborn old man. I don't even know what to say about him. Hu Nongtian poured tea for Lu Haikong and Qin Yun. I heard that you want to go solo and leave the profound Severing Gang. Is that right? Lu Haikong was also very well informed. Moreover, he was acquainted with Hu Bazhui. This is something that everyone knows. Hu Nongtian didn't hide it. Lu Haikong did not know how Hu Nongtian got to know Qin Yun, but he did not ask. He had some understanding of Hu Nongtian. He was indeed a good person. Hu Nongtian hinted to Qin Yun to confess to Lu Haikong about Medicine King Chu. Old Lu, let me tell you something. This matter is quite important. Qin Yun said seriously. Please speak. Lu Haikong stopped smiling. Soon after, Qin Yun informed Lu Haikong about his relationship with Medicine King Chu and also took out the Medicine King token. After Lu Haikong heard it, he frowned and sighed. This matter is difficult. The Duan clan is not easy to deal with. The Medicine King Island is currently occupied by them. Hu Nongtian asked, Old Lu, can you tell me more about that supreme treasure? Or is that supreme treasure just a rumor? Lu Haikong shook his head. The supreme treasure is not just a rumor. It truly exists. To be exact, it is not a supreme treasure, but a place where supreme treasures are hidden. We don't know where the entrance is. We also don't know the situation inside. But according to one of Medicine King Chu's disciples, there are good things hidden inside. What we can be sure of is that it is a world under the sea. Qin Yun and Hu Nongtian looked at each other. They wanted to know the situation of the supreme treasure very much. Yun, you want to take back Medicine King Chu's medicinal ingredients, right? Maybe I can help you talk to the Duan clan. Lu Haikong said, Of course, it will be a bit difficult to get all of them. Duan clan is not easy to deal with. They will surely want a portion of them. Qin Yun thought about it, then nodded and said, Then you go contact Duan clan. If you want to meet them, we will meet here. All right, your ship will stop here. Our Sea Dragon race's purple gold Sea Dragon ship is also nearby. Lu Haikong left his seat and walked towards the door. Qin Yun and Hu Nongtian followed Lu Haikong and sent him off. Lu Haikong rode his Sea Dragon shark and disappeared in a short while. If family head Duan comes, Venerable Master Zhuge will also come. Maybe he will even bring his grandson. Hu Nongtian said with smile. I want to see with my own eyes how the death character is written. Qin Yun chuckled and shook his head, then returned to his cabin. Lu Haikong's Sea Dragon shark is very fast. It only took half an hour to arrive at Medicine King Island. Lu Haikong went straight to the Duan residence at the center of the Medicine King Island. Inside the Duan residence, Zhuge Qingxiong and family head Duan are discussing the matter of the barrier with a few inscription masters. Suddenly, someone hurriedly knocked on the door. Family head Duan opened the door and said with frown, "Butler Li, is there something important? I already said that I am in a meeting. I don't want to be disturbed." "Lu Haikong is here," Butler Li said in low voice. "He said that he has something important to discuss with you." After Zhuge Qingxiong heard this, he said, "Quickly invite him in." Soon after, he let the other inscription masters leave. Family head Duan doubtfully asked, "What important matter does Lu Haikong have?" Zhuge Qingxiong said with smile, "He came at the right time. I originally wanted to go find him. I want to meet that great Master Qin." After Lu Haikong arrived, he gave a simple greeting and said with smile, "I won't talk nonsense. Family head Duan, Venerable Master Zhuge, your younger generation had a small misunderstanding with a friend of mine. This friend of mine is that great Master Qin. You should also know him, right? A very powerful young man." Zhuge Qingxiong laughed. "He wrote the death character on my grandson's face. I can't even erase it. Elder Lu, did you come here for this matter? This is indeed our younger generation's fault. Please forgive them. They have also received the corresponding punishment." Family head Duan is also somewhat afraid of Lu Haikong because everyone knows that Lu Haikong's style of doing things is very clear. He's the kind of person who doesn't care about his life. Family head Duan, this friend of mine, is also Medicine King Chu's friend. He has Medicine King Chu's keepsake in his hand. He wants to meet you and discuss with you about those immortal medicines. Lu Haikong directly spoke about the important matter. "Oh, he also wants those immortal medicines?" Duan family head's expression slightly changed. That is the benefit of their Duan family. "Indeed," Lu Haikong said, "I know you're not willing to part with it, but we still have to talk. Otherwise, before we can even talk, we will fight to the death." Duan family head looked at Zhuge Qingxiong. Zhuge Qingxiong nodded his head and said, "I will also bring Wang Leiyin and ask him to erase that character." Han Xiaoyi and Duan Feizai both went to participate in your Sea Dragon race's youth gathering. If they didn't go, I should bring them to apologize to that great Master Qin. Duan Feizai also wants to go talk with Qin Yan. No need. Great Master Qin will not lower himself to the level of those juniors. Lu Haikong said with smile, "Great Master Qin is at sea, on Hunongtian's ship. He is friends with Hunongtian?" Duan Feizai is somewhat amazed. "Let's go," Lu Haikong said. Qin Yun and Hunongtian are patiently waiting. About an hour later, it is already evening. Lu Haikong, Duan family head, and Zhuge Qingxiong all use their own tools and rush to Hunongtian's ship. "I never thought that my Nongtian ship would receive two great masters. This is enough for me to brag about for the rest of my life." Hunongtian laughed loudly and walked out with Qin Yun to welcome Duan family head and Zhuge Qingxiong. After Duan family head and others boarded the ship, they also saw Qin Yun. "Great Master Qin, you are younger than I imagined." After Zhuge Qingxiong finished speaking, he said with smile, "I should call you Venerable Master Qin, right?" Duan family head is somewhat astonished because he thought that Qin Yun is only at the level of Great Master. "Venerable Master Zhuge is too polite," Qin Yun said with smile. Behind Zhuge Qingxiong is the masked Wang Leiyin. Wang Leiyin is afraid of Qin Yun to death. Even if his grandfather is beside him, he still feels some fear towards Qin Yun. Furthermore, he has been taught a lesson these past few days. "Venerable Master Qin, look!" Zhuge Qingxiong pushed Wang Leiyin out. As soon as Wang Leiyin went out, he knelt down with a thud and begged Qin Yun to forgive him and remove the word on his face. Zhuge Qingxiong is also helpless. If Qin Yun doesn't help, he doesn't know when he will be able to remove the word. Seeing that Venerable Master Zhuge is so polite, "I will forgive you this time. Take off your mask," Qin Yun said. After Wang Leiyin took off his mask, everyone could see the big death character on his face. Hunongtian can't help but laugh loudly. He laughed unrestrainedly, not considering Wang Leiyin's feelings at all. Wang Leiyin can't do anything because Hu Nongtian is also a very awesome person. Qin Yun took out a talisman and pasted it on Wang Leiyin's face. The talisman emitted a burst of white light, and the death character gradually faded and then disappeared. Soon after, the talisman also turned into black ash and dissipated. Done, Qin Yun said. This caused Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family head to be moved. Especially Zhuge Qingxiong. He didn't expect it to be done so quickly. It looked very simple. Wang Leiyin took out a mirror and looked at his face. Seeing that the word on his face has disappeared, he can't help but let out a sigh of relief and thanked Qin Yun again. Young Master Wang, the purple gold sea dragon ship is nearby. You can participate in our sea dragon races gathering, but you must be careful, you must be well-behaved, Lu Haikong said sternly. Zhuge Qingxiong also warned repeatedly, and then let Wang Leiyin leave by himself. Everyone, please come inside. Let's talk about those immortal medicines. Hu Nongtian said, There's no need to talk about this. I am willing to give those immortal medicines to Venerable Master Qin, but Venerable Master Qin needs to break the barrier himself. Also, I have a small request. Duan family head said very directly. Just now, he saw that Qin Yun's inscription level is so high. That's why he gave up on those immortal medicines. Zhuge Qingxiong is not surprised because if it was him, he would also do the same thing. What request? Qin Yun asked. Venerable Master Qin. To be honest, I know where the entrance to the seabed treasure domain is. Venerable Master Zhuge also knows, but we are unable to open that entrance. If we have Venerable Master Qin's help, we might be able to open the entrance. Chapter 1181. Sirens and Gods. Qin Yun, Hu Nongtian, and Lu Haikong looked at each other in surprise. What Patriarch Duan said was beyond their expectations. Zhuge Qingxiong and the Duan family's master had already discovered the entrance to the underwater treasure domain. Let's talk inside, Hu Nongtian quickly said. Qin Yun and the others followed Hu Nongtian to a living room. How many people know about the entrance to the underwater treasure realm? Why do the leaders of the 5 great sea clans say that they haven't found it yet? Lu Haikong asked. Do they really not know? Zhuge Qingxiong smiled. I'm from the Sea Eagle clan. Although I didn't tell them where the entrance is, I know that they are from the Sea Eagle clan. But someone in the Sea Eagle clan definitely knows. Those who know didn't say anything because they wanted to keep it for themselves. Hu Nongtian said, It seems like my father also knows, but he didn't say anything. Patriarch Duan smiled. How big is the Heavenly Charm Islands? If there's an entrance at the bottom of this sea, as long as we put in some effort, we'll definitely be able to find it. Qin Yun was somewhat puzzled as he asked, Grandmaster Zhuge, you are from the Sea Eagle clan. Didn't the Sea Eagle clan's boss go look for you? Zhuge Qingxiong was a little disappointed. They didn't come looking for me. He should also be afraid that I want a part of it. I know that he found 2 inscription masters from the same clan. Facing the supreme treasure, the 5 great sea races and the 3 great pirate gangs all had their own plans. Lu Haikong was a little angry. It seems that our dragon head should also know about this. This guy even said that he didn't know during the meeting. The most outrageous thing is that he even arranged for us to search the waters outside the Heavenly Rhythm Islands. This is purposely misleading us. Elder Lu, everyone wants to monopolize the treasures in the seabed. Zhuge Qingxiong is also quite angry. After all, he is the most powerful inscription master in the Seahawk clan. However, the Seahawk boss actually hid this from him. Qin Yun now secretly felt how powerful the Duan family was. The underwater treasure domain must have been found by the Duan family's patriarch. Hu Nongtian laughed and said, What's the point of them finding it? It can't be opened. Patriarch Duan nodded and said, That entrance is indeed very difficult to open. Grandmaster Zhuge and I have been there 3 times, but we all failed. If Grandmaster Zhuge can't handle it, those guys definitely can't either. Grandmaster Qin, would you like to join us? As for the distribution of benefits, after we go in, we'll rely on our own abilities to obtain the things inside. Of course, we have an agreement that we will not fight among ourselves. Zhuge Qingxiong looked at Lu Haikong, Qin Yun, and Hu Nongtian. Hu Nongtian felt that he had a share as well, and he was overjoyed. He knew that the reason he could go was because of Qin Yun. Even though he was a third tribulation half immortal, he was only a bystander in this group. All right, I am willing to do my best to open the entrance. Qin Yun nodded in agreement. Patriarch Duan and Zhuge Qingxiong both smiled. After that, the few of them signed a contract to prevent anyone from changing their minds. Patriarch Duan, was it you who found the entrance to the underwater treasure domain? Asked Qin Yun. Yes. Patriarch Duan nodded. Then do you know where the two legendary altars are? Qin Yun wants to dismantle the two altars and use them to modify the evil god altar. Of course I know. It's also hidden in the depths of the sea. The Duan family head laughed. Grandmaster Qin, are you interested in those two altars? If you don't want them, I plan to dismantle them. I have a use for them. Qin Yun nodded and said. Zhuge Qingxiong and the Duan family head have no objection. They studied the two altars and did not discover anything. Grandmaster Qin, we are not the only ones who know about those two altars. Other people should also know about them. When you go to dismantle them, you can call us. Patriarch Duan took out 2 discs and handed them over to Qin Yun. They can guide him to those 2 altars. There is an altar nearby. Let's take this opportunity to go take a look. Qin Yun said. All right. Hu Nongtian hastily controlled the large ship to change direction and sail towards the altar. More than an hour later, the large ship arrived directly above the altar. The depth of the water here is several tens of thousands of meters. The altar is at the very bottom. Zhuge Qingxiong took out a small boat and said, Enter my boat. We can quickly dive to the bottom of the sea. Lu Haikong and Hu Nongtian want to see what kind of altar it is, so they also entered the cabin of the small boat. The boat's entire body is emitting white light. After entering the deep sea, it illuminated the surroundings. The diving speed is indeed very fast. After diving several thousand meters, the bottom is completely pitch black. If not for the white light emitting from the boat, it would have caused people to feel very scared. Hu Nongtian said with some fear, I am most afraid of entering this kind of deep sea. I am very worried that a giant sea beast will suddenly jump out. Xiaohu, giant sea beasts are not stupid. How could they dare to approach heavenly rhythm islands? Wouldn't that be courting death? Lu Haikong said with a smile. He is a hunter. He has killed many giant sea beasts. Very soon, the small boat reached the bottom of the sea and arrived above the altar. The altar is hexagonal. It is several hundred meters wide and has 5 layers. It is a 5-layer altar. It is much better than Evil God's 3-layer altar. This altar is very heavy. We wanted to bring it up to the surface to study, but it was too troublesome, so we did not do it. Zhuge Qingxiong said. I think it was Medicine King Chu who threw it here. Duan family head said. After Medicine King Chu was no longer a divine servant, he threw away the altar. Qin Yun said, I will go out and take a look. He tested it. He used mysterious penetration divine ability, and in a short while, he went through the small boat and arrived outside. He has water avoidance pearl on his body. All the water around him is pushed away. Venerable Master Qin is truly awesome. He actually went out just like that. Duan family head is somewhat startled. It is a divine ability. Zhuge Qingxiong laughed. Duan family head, your Duan residence's barrier can block divine ability power. Otherwise, he would have already entered your Duan residence. Brother Qin is truly daring. If it were me, I would not dare to go. Hu Nongtian cannot help but shiver thinking about how he is at the bottom of the sea. This is the fear of the deep sea. Zhuge Qingxiong controlled his small boat and released even stronger white light to illuminate the altar. After Qin Yun floated above the altar, Ling Yun released a gravitational force to wrap around the altar. The gravitational force released by Ling Yun can control the weight of an object and make it very light. Now, Qin Yun's consumption is also very great for using this special gravitational force on the altar. What caused Duan family head and others to be shocked is that the altar suddenly began to slowly float up. How did he do it? Zhuge Qingxiong is very shocked. We are all 6 tribulation half-immortals. Although we can also do it, it will be very strenuous. Venerable Master Qin should only be a 1st or 2nd tribulation half-immortal. Yet he can also do it. Qin Yun took out the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. That heavenly star has already been sealed inside the 3rd pearl of the 9-sun divine soul by Yao Fang. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron can even contain a huge star, let alone this altar. After the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron became bigger, Qin Yun controlled the altar to fly over. At the same time, he used the spatial power inside the cauldron to shrink the space around the altar and store the altar inside. Very soon, Qin Yun finished. I am exhausted to death. Qin Yun hastily returned to the small boat and used mysterious penetration divine ability to enter. Duan family head and Zhuge Qingxiong already thought of carrying the altar up. They also have the strength to do so, but it will take too long and too troublesome. If people from other powers come over during this time, they will definitely stop them. After all, everyone wants to study this altar. And Qin Yun alone did not take long to carry the altar away. Venerable Master Qin's ability is truly admirable, Zhuge Qingxiong said with smile. Qin Yun placed the altar inside the 3rd pearl of the 9-sun divine soul and let Yao Fang take a look first. There is still one more, Qin Yun said with smile. The small boat floated up, and they returned to the cabin of the large ship. It will take about half a day to reach the location of the altar, Hu Nongtian said. Let's go. Half a day is enough for me to recover. Qin Yun nodded and said. Just as they were about to set off, Lu Haikong suddenly said, Wait, Qin Yu sent me a sound transmission. She said that she encountered trouble. At this time, Duan family head and Zhuge Qingxiong also took out sound transmission magic tools to receive the message. Lei Yin and Haoqing sent me sound transmission. They are in trouble. Zhuge Qingxiong looked at Lu Haikong and Duan family head. Fei Kai and Feida also sent sound transmission. The trouble is not small. Duan family head said with frown. Has the purple gold sea dragon ship been attacked? Qin Yun asked. Sea dragon race youngsters invited the younger generation of 5 great sea race and 3 great pirate gangs, who would have the guts to attack the purple gold sea dragon ship. Isn't this the same as openly opposing 5 great sea race and 3 great pirate gangs? Hu Nongtian said in amazement. Brother Hu, immediately go to the purple gold sea dragon ship. We are the closest to it. Let's go and help first. Qin Yun said. Only Sea Demon Royal Race and Xian Sea Divine Race would dare to attack 5 great sea race and 3 great pirate gangs. Lu Haikong's expression is grave. Then is it Sea Demon Royal Race or Xian Sea Divine Race that attacked 5 great sea race and 3 great pirate gangs? Hu Nongtian's expression greatly changed. They came together. Zhuge Qingxiong took out his weapon and said with grave expression, A war might break out. I will go take a look first. Qin Yun walked out of the cabin and said, If a war breaks out, I will do my best to save those juniors. He jumped into the sea, took out the Lion King cannon, and made it bigger. He stood on top of the Lion King cannon and activated it with full firepower. In the blink of an eye, he arrived far away. They run so fast. I will also quickly go over. Lu Haikong jumped into the water and stood on the back of the sea dragon shark. Soon after, Zhuge Qingxiong also took out his small boat and chased after them. Xiaohu, it will be best if your boat stays far away from the purple gold sea dragon ship, so that it won't sink, Duan family head warned, then boarded a small boat and quickly left. The fastest one is Qin Yun. The Lion King cannon is burning a large amount of King Grey Beast oil. He is worried that Lu Qingyu will be in danger. When he arrived, he sent sound transmission to Hu Nongtian and asked about the situation of the Sea Demon Royal Race and Xian Sea Divine Race. After hearing Hu Nongtian's narration, Qin Yun suddenly suspected that the Sea Demon Royal Race and Xian Sea Divine Race are worshipping deities. Chapter 1182. Beating Prince Qin Yun rushed to the front, took out the golden horn, and contacted Evil God. Evil God, I just obtained a 5-layer altar. I don't know which god it belongs to, but I want to dismantle it and then transform it. Really? Tell me about the characteristics of the altar, as well as the runes on it. Evil God very excitedly said, if the transformation goes smoothly, my 3-layer Evil God altar will become 5-layer. Qin Yin gave a simple description of the altar. It seems to be a blood god altar. Whatever, when you have time, you could dismantle it. I will guide you in transforming it. Evil God said with smile, your harvest after returning to transcending Xianxi region is not small. Evil God, I met 2 very formidable races in transcending Xianxi region. I guess they are God's servants. Qin Yun reported the situation of Sea Demon Royal Race and Xianxi God Race to Evil God. After listening, Evil God became silent for a long time and then said, Qin Yun, you must be careful. Sea Demon Royal Race must be worshipping Demon God. Xianxi God Race must be worshipping Water God. Qin Yun asked, how strong are these 2 gods? Ranked 40th and 50th. Naturally, they are ranked higher than me, but if we fight to the death, they are not my match. Evil God is ranked at the bottom. He said this so that Qin Yun won't look down on him. Qin Yun knows the ins and outs of these 2 races, so he made some preparations. If they have the support of gods, then their strength must be very strong. Those gods rarely find weak god servants. Since these 2 races can become god servants, it means that they are very strong. For many years, transcending Xianxi region has given birth to a large number of living beings. It is a precious land for offering sacrifices. With so many offerings here, those gods must have been eyeing this place for a long time. If those guys use divine liquid to cultivate, their bodies must be very strong. It seems like I must be careful. Qin Yun also saw the huge purple gold sea dragon ship. The purple gold sea dragon ship is more than 2,000 meters long. It is also very wide. From far away, it looks like a purple gold dragon covered in armor. Moreover, the dragon's head was extremely huge. In the night, its entire body flickered with purplish golden light, shocking and majestic. Near the purple gold sea dragon ship, there were many huge ships that were hundreds of meters long and over 1,000 meters long. However, compared to the purple gold sea dragon ship, they paled in comparison. Many people stood on the top of the purple gold sea dragon ship. Qin Yun could see from afar that those people were dressed in luxurious clothes. Most of them were young, and it seemed like there was no conflict. Qingyu, I'm almost there. What happened? Qin Yun asked Lu Qingyu with a voice transmission. Xiaoyun, don't come over. The Sea Demon royal family and the mysterious sea god race are forcing us to sign a cooperation contract with them. Lu Qingyu said, I'm not willing to sign with them. I'm delaying. They even forced us to hand over region origin stones and all kinds of magic tools. Isn't this banditry? Qin Yun suddenly felt worried. He said with a voice transmission, hold on a little longer. I'll be there soon. Oh, right. Why did they force you to sign the contract? Lu Qingyu replied, they want to divide up the heavenly rhythm islands. They forced us to join the Sea Demon royal family or the profound sea god race. After Qin Yun approached the purple gold sea dragon ship, he began concealing himself and slowly flew over. The Sea Demon royal family and the profound sea god race are forcing these young geniuses to join them. This way, they can restrain the 5 great sea clans and the 3 pirate gangs. Lu Qingyu and Lu Canfeng are standing together. Lu Canfeng's face is filled with blood. He is holding a weapon and is furiously looking at the group of people opposite him. Lu Qingyu, Lu Canfeng, why are you so insistent? Sun Daqiang is holding a long saber and said with cold smile, join the Sea Demon royal family or the profound sea god race. If you don't want to join, give us regent origin stones. Don't even think about it. Lu Canfeng furiously roared. We won't compromise even if we die. Lu Qingyu supported the injured Lu Canfeng and said coldly, there are 3 groups of people on the purple gold sea dragon ship. One group has handed over regent origin stones to save their lives. The other two groups are the Sea Demon Royal family and the profound Sea God race. Some of them are recruiting young geniuses. Some of them voluntarily joined. Lu Qingyu and Lu Canfeng are not joining. They're also not handing over region origin stones. A handsome man wearing cyan-colored scale armor looked at Lu Canfeng and said with sneer, "You weak human, obediently join our demon race. After being transformed by us, you will surely become stronger. If you don't want to join us, it's fine. Just hand over 5,000 region origin stones." Third prince. These two are Lu Haikong's grandsons. This Lu Haikong is a hunter. Sun Daqiang said in low voice. Sun Daqiang, you coward. You're actually selling your life for this guy. Lu Canfeng furiously said. Gao Jia coldly yelled. Lu Qingyu, quickly make a decision. Don't waste our time. Quickly settle this matter. We still need to hold the banquet. Lu Qingyu loudly cursed. Bah, why should we give him regent origin stones? This purple gold sea dragon ship belongs to our sea dragon race. Third prince said with evil smile. What a stubborn woman. Very wild and vigorous. I like it, ha ha ha. Finished speaking. Third prince walked over and extended his hand to touch Lu Qingyu's chest. Everyone saw third prince openly humiliating a woman. They all remained silent. After all, many experts from Sea Demon Royal Race have arrived. These experts are all on the large ships nearby. They only sent their juniors. Qin Yun is flying over. Seeing third prince is about to take advantage of Lu Qingyu, he hastily used finger-chopping mountains and rivers. His two fingers condensed a swift and fierce energy blade and slashed towards young Master Wang. In this split second, everyone sensed a very strong aura approaching. Third prince also sensed it, but before he could react, the blade-like finger power has already arrived. HHHH. Third prince, who was wearing cyan-colored scale clothes, let out a miserable scream. His extended hand has been cut off by Qin Yun in the distance. Qin Yun suddenly landed and stood in front of Lu Qingyu. Lu Qingyu told Qin Yun not to come over, but not only did Qin Yun come over, he also heavily injured third prince. Sun Daqiang, Zhuge Haoqing, Duan Fide, Duan Fate's Eye, and Han Xiaoyi have all seen Qin Yun before and know how dreadful he is. However, they still did not expect that Qin Yun would actually attack Sea Demon Royal Race's third prince. What is shocking is that third prince is a second tribulation half-immortal, yet one of his arms was cut off just like that. Wang Leiyan is also here. He is not surprised to see Qin Yun attack third prince. You, who are you? Third prince pointed at Qin Yun and roared. Quickly kill him! Quickly kill him! Dismember his body into 10,000 pieces. Beside third prince, there are a few middle-aged Sea Demon Royal Race. They are all first and second tribulation half-immortals. They saw their third prince's arm was cut off and rushed over in anger. Everyone saw that a great battle is about to break out. They all retreated. Nobody expected that someone would be so bold as to attack Sea Demon Royal Race's esteemed third prince so heavily. As soon as those middle-aged half-immortals arrived, Qin Yun released super gravity, pressuring them to the point that they are unable to move. You want to attack me? Qin Yun coldly snorted, rushed over and stabbed a middle-aged man's head with 2 fingers. Rumble. A loud explosion seemed to shake the sky. That middle-aged half-immortal's head exploded by Qin Yun's exploding heaven finger. Boom, boom, boom. Qin Yun quickly moved and stabbed those middle-aged half-immortals' heads, causing them to explode. In the blink of an eye, those middle-aged half-immortals' heads exploded and died. You, third prince, is extremely shocked. You should also die. Qin Yun is still some distance away from third prince. He unleashed piercing mountain, splitting earth finger and attacked third prince's body. Bang! Third prince's body is also covered in very strong armor. His body was hit by the powerful finger power, and he immediately vomited a large mouthful of blood. He was sent flying and fell into the sea. It is unknown whether he is dead or alive. Everyone on the purple gold sea dragon ship is completely dumbstruck. Sea Demon Royal Race's third prince was so domineering earlier that even they, Young elites could only submit. But now, third prince has been beaten by a young man to the point where it is unknown whether he is dead or alive. Most dreadful thing is that those middle-aged half-immortals were also killed in a few moves. Qingyu, you're injured? Qingyun saw that there are saber wounds on Lu Qingyu's body. The bleeding has already stopped, but he can still see the shocking wound on her arm. Lu Qianfeng also recognized Qingyun at this moment. While feeling shocked in his heart, he pointed at Sun Daqiang and shouted, "It's that guy who injured Qingyu!" Sun Daqiang's legs immediately trembled. Qingyun rushed over in a flash and sent a palm strike at Sun Daqiang. Violent flame exploded along with glaring light rays and exploded on Sun Daqiang's body, causing it to explode. Gao Jejia saw her boyfriend turn into a sea of flame, and her face turned deathly pale in fright. She quickly retreated to Yuan Hong, and by Yu Yun's side, her delicate body cannot help but tremble. Yuan Hong and Bai Yuyun are also scared to the point that their hearts are jumping crazily. They once sat on the same boat as Qingyun and even made fun of Qingyun. They suddenly felt that they were really lucky not to be killed back then. Lu Qianfeng, right? I am friends with Elder Lu and you're his grandson. Since you were injured, I will help you get revenge. Who injured you? Qingyun looked at Lu Qianfeng. His tone was filled with a terrifying might. Lu Qianfeng mustered up his courage and pointed at a man wearing red armor. It's that guy. He's the saint of the Xian Sea god race. When a man saw Qingyun look over, his expression changed slightly. His heart trembled as he felt a monstrous killing intent suddenly envelop him. The people here were all young elites of this region of water, but they had never heard of such a terrifying person like Qingyun. The saint of the Xian Sea god race had a cold expression as he looked at Qingyun arrogantly. His tone was filled with threat as he said, "Our Xian Sea god race has 10 large ships nearby. If you have the guts, try attacking me. At that time, the Sea Demon royal family and the Xian Sea god race will." Before the Holy Sun could finish his words, Qingyun flashed over and ruthlessly slapped him, causing the arrogant Holy Sun to roll on the ground a few times as he let out a series of painful howls. Chapter 1183. Provoking Two Great Races. Chapter 1183. Provoking two great races. Wang Leiyin and Duan Feizai's heart jumped crazily, seeing this scene. They suddenly want to kneel down in front of Qingyun and thank him for not killing them. That young Miss Lu, who was beaten up by Qingyun earlier, wanted to fly into a rage and curse at Qingyun. But now she doesn't even dare to fart. She doesn't even dare to look at Qingyun. Moreover, she is hiding in the crowd, worried that Qingyun might drag her out and beat her up. Qingyun walked over and vigorously stomped on that saint's son's chest. The saint's son spat out blood like a fountain. Why are you collecting regent origin stones here? Why are you forcing others to join you? Qingyun gathered heaven-piercing finger power on his 2 fingers and pointed at the saint's son's head. Just now, everyone saw how dreadful these 2 fingers are. With just a light poke, a middle-aged half-immortal's dog head exploded. Don't kill me. That saint's son is extremely scared. He begged and yelled. Hand over the regent origin stones you collected, Qingyun said in cold voice. Here, for you. That saint's son took out a storage bag and handed it over to Qingyun with trembling hands. Qingyun took it and looked. There are more than 200,000 king-quality regent origin stones inside. Suddenly, a cyan light shot over from distance. Boom! The cyan light landed on Qingyun's body and burst out cyan energy mist. It is the third prince who was sent flying by Qingyun just now. Although he is injured, he has many magic tools on him. Qingyun's body is wrapped up by a kind of cyan sticky substance. He is constantly struggling to break free from it. After the third prince flew over, he said with evil grin, Bastard, I will make you wish you were dead. Don't struggle. This is our Sea Demon royal race's most fatal poison, Heavenly Xian poison mud. Zhuge Haoqing said in low voice. Heavenly Xian poison mud can turn a third tribulation half-immortal into a pool of blood within 10 minutes. The most dreadful thing is that this poison mud can bind people. Moreover, it is very tough and durable, Even weapons can't cut it open. Grandfather said that half immortals who are entangled in this poisonous mud will suffer a fate worse than death. Wang Leiyin gritted his teeth and said, "Why hasn't grandfather come yet?" He knew that Zhuge Qingxiong was with Qin Yun and the others. "Little Yin, what's wrong?" Lu Qingyu was about to pounce over, but she was blocked by Wang Leiyin's power from afar. "Lu Qingyu, are you crazy? If you touch that poison, you will also die." Wang Leiyin shouted, "Lu Canfeng, watch your sister. Don't let her do anything." The injured Lu Canfeng hurriedly pulled Lu Qingyu back. Lu Qingyu was not afraid of any poison. She only knew that Qin Yun was in danger and wanted to help him. The third prince took a few deep breaths and sneered. "The elders are coming. This kid is finished." There are not many half-immortals among the young elites here. Most of them are peak martial emperors. Facing the demi-immortal third sea demon prince and the sacred son of the mysterious sea god race, they could not resist at all, or they would be killed. "This kind of poison can't do anything to me." Black flames suddenly surged out of Qin Yun's body. The black nether sun fire can melt and decompose everything. The sticky heavenly Xian poison mud wrapped around Qin Yun's body was enveloped by the nether sun fire and immediately turned black, then turned into a burst of black gas. The black gas was also devoured by Qin Yun's nether Sunday. The third prince is extremely shocked in his heart. He has never failed when using the heavenly Xian poison mud. Even fourth tribulation, half immortals were killed by it. But now, Qin Yun managed to get rid of the poison mud by himself. Pow! Qin Yun flashed over in a flash and heavily sent a palm strike towards the third prince. The equipment on the third prince's body is much stronger than the Saint Sun's. As soon as he sensed a formidable power approaching, he released a cyan energy barrier. Qin Yun's palm condensed the power of Extinction Dragon 10 palms. It brought along vast and mighty heavenly might as it roared and ferociously attacked. The barrier released by the third prince's equipment was destroyed by the frantic palm power and released a tyrannical energy wave. Ah! The third prince's face was ruthlessly hit, his handsome face immediately distorted and deformed. His body was sent flying by the heavy palm power and rolled on the ground. Qin Yun rushed over and sent the third prince flying with a heavy kick. The third prince crashed into a pillar and broke it. "Hand over all the region origin stones you obtained, and I won't kill you." Qin Yun's 2 fingers are pointed at the third prince's forehead. That dreadful heaven exploding finger power is accumulating power, waiting to be released. The third prince can only endure the pain. He is filled with endless resentment and anger and handed over a storage pouch to Qin Yun. There are more than 200,000 Regent Origin Stones inside. The other young heroes on the ship are all in a bad mood because those Regent Origin Stones belong to them. But they don't dare to ask Qin Yun for them. They are worried that their heads will be exploded by Qin Yun's finger. Seeing Qin Yun acting so insolently and tyrannically, no one dares to say anything, because they all know that this is the might of power. Grasping formidable power, one doesn't need to lower their head to anyone. They don't need to yield to influential officials. "Wait for our elders to arrive. You will die for sure. If you have the guts, kill me," the third prince said fiercely. "I promised you earlier that as long as you hand over the Regent Origin Stones, I won't kill you." Qin Yun laughed. "I will keep my word. Ha ha ha. I see that you are afraid." The third prince laughed loudly and said, "Our sea demon royal race is so formidable. Even if the 5 great sea race joined hands, they would not be able to defeat us. You asked me just now, why should I take their Regent Origin Stones? Just because we are formidable in this region, you all have to pay tribute to us. I will make you wish you were dead, as well as that woman. Ha ha ha. If you have the guts, kill me. Our sea demon royal race will make sure that you will never be able to reincarnate." Qin Yun's 2 fingers attacked the third prince's abdomen. Bang! The power entered the third prince's abdomen. The third prince let out a miserable scream. His expression became incomparably unsightly because he has been crippled. "I said I won't kill you, but I want to see how the sea demon royal race will retaliate against me." Qin Yun said with sneer. A chill immediately rose in everyone's heart, directly crippling him. This is a fate worse than death. Everyone knows that the third prince is very repulsive, but doing this will only cause the sea demon royal race to retaliate. Lu Qingyu and Lu Canfeng are also very afraid in their hearts. The reason why Qin Yun is not afraid of the sea demon royal race is because the transcending Xianxi region is very big. As long as he runs far away, the sea demon royal race will not be able to find him easily. Xianxi divine race's holy sun is shivering from head to toe. Their Xianxi divine race's people who use divine liquid to cultivate are already very formidable. But this young man before them is even more dreadful than them. Forget about Xianxi divine race's humans. Even dragon race's dragons who use divine liquid to cultivate from childhood will not be able to gain any advantage when facing Qin Yun. The sea demon royal race's elders have arrived. There are more than 10 formidable half-immortals among them. They're flying in the sky and slowly floating over. Flying in the sky above the transcending Xianxi region is very slow, even for formidable half-immortals. As they're flying over, the might they released caused people to feel incomparably oppressive. The sea is also churning. The purple gold sea dragon ship is very big. It is also very bumpy now. Moreover, Xianxi divine race's experts are also flying over from the other side. Their aura is not the least bit weaker than the sea demon royal race's experts. Those peak martial emperors are all having difficulty breathing due to the oppressive aura. Their bodies are covered in cold sweat. 6 tribulation half-immortals? Qin Yun said in his heart. At the same time, Lu Haikong, Zhuge Qingxiong, Duan family head, and Hu Nongtian also arrived one after another. Grandfather, grandfather, father. Zhuge Haoqing, Wang Leiyin, Duan Feicai, and Duan Fide all ran over while enduring the oppressive aura. Lu Haikong arrived beside Lu Canfeng and sent some power to heal him. Duan family head and the others saw the corpses on the ground, as well as the injured saint's son and third prince. They roughly understood that they were all injured by Qin Yun. And now, the sea demon royal race and Xianxi divine race's experts also slowly landed. Father, it is this bastard who crippled me. The grand sea demon royal race's third prince, was crippled by him. If you don't take revenge, where will our sea demon royal race's face go? Third prince pointed at Qin Yun and loudly cried, Father, this bastard injured me and stole the regent origin stones that other people gave me. There are more than 200,000. The saint's son also cried. Just now he was seriously injured. He is enduring incomparable humiliation in his heart. Sea demon royal race's people are more than 10 old men and 1 middle-aged man. Xianxi divine race's people are more than 10 middle-aged men and a few old men. After they landed on the ship and learned about the situation, they condensed an intense berserk killing intent and enveloped Qin Yun. Zhuge Qingxiong, Lu Haikong, do you want to protect him? If you protect him, you will become our enemy. The sea demon royal race's middle-aged man said in cold voice. Sea demon king, you are too excessive in this matter. You actually sent a youngster to extort and plunder. Lu Haikong said in cold voice. Lu Haikong, answer me whether or not you want to protect this person. Sea demon king said in cold voice. Qin Yun doesn't want to make things difficult for Lu Haikong and Zhuge Qingxiong. He rushed to answer. I don't need their protection, goodbye. After he finished speaking, his figure suddenly flickered and he leapt towards the side of the ship. Don't even think of running. Sea Demon King furiously shouted and waved his hand. A huge cyan-colored net suddenly dropped down from the sky, enveloping a radius of several 10,000 meters. But just now, Qin Yun used his sacred pupil to look at a large ship in the distance. His sacred pupil shot out a white light, and his body suddenly flickered along with the white light. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared without a trace. That very powerful net was unable to trap Qin Yun. Chase! Sea Demon King furiously shouted. Everyone on the ship is very amazed because flying above the transcending Xianxi region is not very fast. That is why Sea Demon King's net has never failed before. Even in the water, its speed is not very fast. But now, Qin Yun disappeared in a flash. It is as if he is flying at a very high speed. Qin Yun used his sacred pupil to escape. He consumed a lot of energy. After he escaped, he quickly ate the pill Nangong Shuru gave him. Chapter 1184. Lion King Cannon Fire. Just as Qin Yun was about to fire, he sensed several powerful auras approaching. "Run!" Ling Yun shouted. Qin Yun used the mysterious penetration divine ability to quietly enter the water. After he entered the water, more than 10 old men suddenly flew over. They are all 6 tribulation half-immortals. "I almost destroyed that ship." Qin Yun swam in the water, feeling that the opportunity just now was very unfortunate. He is still in this area and has not given up on attacking that ship. If he had fired the cannon just now, someone would have definitely determined his location. Qin Yun swam underwater and released shadow power, hiding in the pitch-black water. On the sea's surface, a large group of people are flying back and forth, searching for Qin Yun. The young elites on the purple gold sea dragon ship are all discussing what happened just now. "Grandfather, will Xiao Yun be all right?" Lu Qingyu is very worried. Xianxi Divine Race and Sea Demon Royal Race joined hands to search for Qin Yun. "Nothing will happen." Lu Haikong comforted Lu Qingyu and laughed. "This brat A Yun is very powerful." Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan Family Master are very worried that something will happen to Qin Yun. They're also contacting their friends to come over. If Qin Yun is captured, they will have the strength to snatch him away. "Father, that guy just now is great, Master Qin. You should participate in the search and capture that guy." Duan Fatesai walked over and said in low voice, "That's right. Capture him and hand him over to the Sea Demon Royal Race. Maybe we can get their reward." Han Xiaoi also walked over and said in a low voice, "Father, could it be that you are afraid of Lu Haikong? If you capture that surnamed Qin, the Sea Demon Royal Race and Xianxi Divine Race will definitely thank you." Duan Fide also said, "They are all very afraid of those 2 powerful races." Duan Family Master's face is cold. Seeing that his juniors are so insensible, he is truly helpless. Zhuge Haoqing also said to Zhuge Qingxiong, "Grandfather, what are you still standing here for? Quickly use your talisman to find surnamed Qin. Find him and take credit from the Sea Demon Royal Race." Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan Family Master are the same. They don't know what to say. "What do you know?" Wang Leian groaned. "Wang, what did you say?" Zhuge Haoqing said angrily. He had always been at odds with Wang Lei and Yin Kai. Patriarch Duan said, "Little Qin is a friend of Grandmaster Zhuge and me. Why should we catch him?" Zhuge Qingxiong nodded. "Besides, we're not the lackeys of the Kraken royal family and the mysterious ocean divine clan. Why should we lick their boots?" The other young elites on the ship were all stunned. Han Xiaoi, Duan Fatesai, and Duan Fide looked at each other. Their father actually knew Qin Yun, and they were friends. Zhuge Haoqing found it unbelievable. Qin Yun was so young. How could he have such a good relationship with such an old fellow? On the purple gold sea dragon ship, there were a few middle-aged men from the mysterious Sea God clan and the Sea Demon Royal clan. When they heard that Zhuge Qingxiong and the Duan Family Master knew Qin Yun, their faces immediately turned cold. "You know that kid? You can also find him, right?" The Sea Demon Royal middle-aged man said coldly. "You dog, hurry up and scram off the purple gold sea dragon ship." Lu Haikong shouted. "If you don't scram, I'll send you scram. You guys are truly arrogant." The Sea Demon Royal family middle-aged man roared. "The ones who are arrogant are you bastards." Lu Canfeng said angrily. "This is our Sea Dragon Clan ship. You came here as you please and even attacked us. Now that I'm telling you to scram, why aren't you scramming?" Lu Haikong took out a gigantic axe. His expression was gloomy and his killing intent soared to the sky. "If you don't scram, I'll send you to heaven. I'm not leaving." The Sea Demon Royal family middle-aged man sneered. Whoosh! Lu Haikong flew over like the wind. The gigantic axe in his hand swept across, creating a gust of wind. The middle-aged man from the sea demon royal family was cut in half at the waist. Fight as you wish. This was Lu Haikong style. Many people knew this. But now, Lu Haikong is facing a member of the sea demon royal family. And the experts of the sea demon royal family are still searching for Qin Yun. The middle-aged man was cut into two, but he did not die. He only shouted in fear. Quickly take me away, let's go. The two people from Xian's sea god race and the sea demon royal family rushed over in panic. They picked up the two halves of the middle-aged man's body and quickly left the purple-gold sea dragon ship. You're asking for a beating, Lu Haikong snorted. The sea demon royal family and the Xian's sea god race are brazenly provoking us. They must be trying to pressure us. Zhuge Qingxiong said indifferently. If we lower our voice to them, they will bully us even more. That's right. There are actually some bastards who shamelessly want to kneel and lick these two bullies. Lu Qingyu sneered and then looked at Duan Fate Sai, Han Xiaoyi, and the others. Han Xiaoyi and the others lowered their heads, not daring to refute. Even if my Lu family is exterminated, I will not let them have a good time. They actually injure my grandson. Lu Haikong looked at those people who flew far away, suddenly roared and punched the air. Berserk's sixth tribulation, half immortal power, like a dragon's roar, brought along golden blue energy and attacked those people. Those people screamed in pain as they were blasted into the sea. The more Lu Haikong thought about it, the angrier he became. Xian Sea God Race and Sea Demon Royal Family's people ran onto the purple gold sea dragon ship and injured their grandson, yet they still said that he is very arrogant. After the Sea Demon King, who went out to search for Qin Yun, found out that his people were injured, he angrily ran back. Lu Haikong, why did you injure our Sea Demon Royal Family's people? The Sea Demon King roared. His third son was crippled. He still has not taken revenge. I told them to scram. They didn't scram. What can I do? Oh, that's right. You should also quickly scram off this purple gold sea dragon ship. Otherwise, I will chop you up as well. Lu Haikong howled with laughter and said, You bunch of bastards, you injure my grandson. I still have not settled the debt with you. Yet you still want to cause trouble for me. The young heroes on the ship only heard that Lu Haikong is very arrogant and tyrannical. They have never seen him with their own eyes. Now they are seeing with their own eyes how Lu Haikong is dealing with the Sea Demon King. Lu Haikong is not the least bit afraid of the Sea Demon King. Just now, many young heroes spoke very humbly to the third prince because they felt that the Sea Demon royal family is very strong. But now, the Sea Demon King does not have any imposing manner in front of Lu Haikong. On the other side, Qin Yun has locked onto more than 20 ships. They're all Sea Demon royal family and Xian Sea God Race's ships. After he confirmed that they are more than 20 ships, he quietly distanced himself and floated to the surface. Now he is more than 10,000 meters away from those ships. This time I will use up all the cannonballs. Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon and stored the cannonballs refined by Yao Fong inside the Lion King cannon storage space. He has more than 50 cannonballs. They're all refined from King-grade beast oil and Yao Fong's immortal power. They have very formidable might. Then Qin Yun added some runes and fused them with mysterious penetration divine ability. Qin Yun took a deep breath, concentrated his mind, and poured his power into the Lion King cannon. Let's go. Qin Yun fired the Lion King cannon and shot 5 cannonballs at 5 ships. Boom, boom, boom. After the 5 ships were hit by the cannonballs, they burst into flames. Finally, Qin Yun shot all the remaining cannonballs and locked onto the other ships. Xian Sea God Races and Sea Demon Royal Family ships took the most cannonballs. After all, they are very big. They need to be shot a few more times to destroy. It must be known that these cannonballs have mysterious penetration divine ability. They can penetrate into the interior of the ship and explode. In just a few short moments, the vicinity of the purple gold sea dragon ship has been enveloped by waves of muffled explosion. Those ships are all shooting flames all over the place. The burning flame illuminated the night sky and the pitch-black sea surface. More than 20 precious giant ships were blown up just like that. The people on the purple gold sea dragon ship are all stunned by this shocking scene. The Sea Demon King was bickering with Lu Haikong, and when he saw that his ship was destroyed, he let out an angry roar before he jumped into the water. He rowed on a small boat and rushed toward the ship that was broken into several pieces. The ship was burning with flames and was sinking bit by bit. There are not many islands in transcending Xianxi region, so these ships are equivalent to their other homes. But now their homes have been destroyed. Sea Demon royal family and Xianxi god race's people are extremely furious. There are many people on the ship. Now they're jumping into the sea one after another. Those flames are the fusion of king-grade beast oil and immortal power. They are very tyrannical. Those who are not strong enough will be seriously injured by the flames. Duan Fatesai's face is filled with fear. He is tightly holding Han Xiaoyi's hand because one of his luxurious ships was destroyed just like that. Lu Qingyu also knows that it was done by Qin Yun. She did not expect that the usually calm and collected Qin Yun would become even more violent than her grandfather when he goes crazy. These two great races have not even entered Heavenly Rhythm Island, yet they have suffered heavy setbacks here. And this is all done by little Qin alone. Ha ha ha, Zhuge Qingxiong said with laugh. What I am afraid of is this kind of person who is single-handedly yet very powerful. Sea Demon royal family and Xianxi god race have provoked little Qin. They will suffer in the future. Duan family head also laughed. Hunong Tian heard Medicine King Chu talk about how awesome Qin Yun is before. Now that he has seen it with his own eyes, he feels even more admiration. He secretly rejoiced that his way of doing things was very wise. Qin Yun is only one person. Moreover, he is a formidable, venerable inscription master. He has all kinds of dreadful equipment in his hands. Even if it is a formidable faction, they will be thrown into chaos by him. After Qin Yun destroyed those 20 ships, he left for Medicine King Island. Brother Hu, inform family head Duan that I am on my way to Medicine King Island. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Hunong Tian. After Hunong Tian heard this, he secretly sent sound transmission to family head Duan. After family head Duan found out, he did not immediately return. This will cause others to be suspicious. Xianxi God Race and Sea Demon Royal Family have now dispatched more than 10,000 people to search the sea for Qin Yun. Sea Demon Royal Family people are all transformed from demon beasts in the sea. They are proficient in water and are very confident that they can find people nearby. Qin Yun is flying above the sea while invisible. Those people cannot find him at all. Chapter 1185. Powerful combination family head Duan also knew that Qin Yun was going to Medicine King Island to take away those immortal herbs. However, he did not find it a pity. After all, it belonged to Qin Yun in the first place. Just as he was about to leave, the Sea Fiend King came. He floated beside the purple gold sea dragon ship and didn't board. You guys are that guy's friends, right? Please inform him that our Sea Demon Royal Clan won't rest until one of us dies. The Sea Demon King's voice was filled with malice and resentment. My profound Sea God Clan will do our best to make him suffer a fate worse than death. An elder of the profound Sea God Clan said ruthlessly. Lu Haikong sneered and said, Then I wish you good luck. Zhuge Qingxiong sighed and said, It's your two clans that are unreasonable in the first place. Otherwise, how could such a thing happen? Indeed, it was the Sea Demon Royal race and mysterious Sea God race who were unreasonable. They were usually arrogant and did not place the 5 sea races in their eyes at all. That was why they dared to be so arrogant, boarding the purple gold sea dragon ship and forcing the young elites of the 5 sea races. If they had not harmed Lu Qingyu, Qin Yun might not have done anything. But since Qin Yun happened to bump into him, he naturally had to make a move. Lu Haikong supported Qin Yun. If he was present, he would not hesitate to chop up the third prince and saint's son. After Zhuge Qingxiong and the others left, the other members of the 5 great sea clans also arrived one after another. They were all very shocked after knowing what had happened. What made Lu Haikong and the others speechless was that the people from the profound Sea God clan and the Sea Demon Royal clan actually borrowed the ships of the 5 great sea clans, and no one refused. It could be seen that over the years, many of the 5 sea clans were extremely afraid of these 2 powerful clans. At daybreak, Qin Yun arrived at Medicine King Island and paced around the entrance of Duan Manor. When he saw Patriarch Duan and Zhuge Qingxiong coming over, he hurried over. Patriarch Duan handed Qin Yun a jade token and led him into Duan Manor. Qin Yun finally entered the Duan residence. Lu Hai and Hu Nongtian did not come. Their big ships were docked at the seaside. Patriarch Duan brought Qin Yun and Zhuge Qingxiong to a secret living room. "Little Qin, you did a great job last night." Zhuge Qingxiong laughed. "The profound sea god race and the sea demon royal family will definitely not let you off. You must be careful," the Duan family head said. "Transcending Xian Sea region is so big. If I hide, they won't be able to find me." "That's true," family head Duan said with smile. "Xiao Qin, I will take you to see Medicine King Chu's barrier. I have a Medicine King token. I should be able to enter easily, right?" Qin Yun said. "It should be possible." Patriarch Duan was a little surprised and said with a smile, "If you have a Medicine King token, then you don't need to break the barrier." So those immortal medicines were given to little Qin by Medicine King Chu. It is time to return them to their rightful owner. Zhuge Qingxiong said with bright smile and patted family master Duan's shoulder. "Fortunately, I was able to return it to little Qin in time. Otherwise, my Duan mansion might have been blown up." Patriarch Duan said with a smile. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, "I indeed have such a plan." Patriarch Duan secretly broke out in a cold sweat. Then, he brought Qin Yun and Zhuge Qingxiong through a secret passageway and arrived at a forbidden area in the middle of the Duan residence. This forbidden area is surrounded by high walls. Only Patriarch Duan can enter. There is a 100-meter wide garden inside the high walls. There are many immortal medicines planted inside. Qin Yun can see those dazzling and brilliant medicinal ingredients inside the garden through the barrier. He doesn't know what use these immortal medicines have. He doesn't understand them at all. "Little Qin, please enter," Patriarch Duan said. Qin Yun took out the Medicine King token, touched the barrier, and smoothly entered. The barrier is filled with dense, immortal energy. It is all released by the medicinal ingredients. Seeing Qin Yun easily enter, Patriarch Duan and Zhuge Qingxiong sighed endlessly. Previously, they had spent a lot of effort on this barrier, but to no avail. Qin Yun was able to enter very easily. After Qin Yun entered, he let Nangong Shueru come out. After Nangong Shueru came out, she saw many beautiful flowers and plants and immediately became very excited. Purple flame, immortal fruit, burning soul, immortal grass. She called out the names of several immortal medicines. "Shueru, take them away," Qin Yun said. "Really? These belong to you?" Nangong Shueru looked at Patriarch Duan and Zhuge Qingxiong and asked in amazement. Qin Yun nodded. Zhuge Qingxiong and Patriarch Duan exclaimed in amazement in their hearts. Qin Yun actually has a woman who is proficient in alchemy. Moreover, she is a peerless beauty. They left the garden and let Qin Yun and Nangong Shueru collect the immortal medicines. Nangong Shueru very carefully dug out the immortal medicines from the soil and then placed them inside the 9-sun divine soul for Gu Qiufei and Shui Weiwei to plant. "Shueru, are these immortal medicines very useful?" Qin Yun asked. "Of course. It's just that my current cultivation is not enough. If I had master's level, I would be able to refine immortal pills. But don't worry, I will surely refine very good pills for you to eat. It will make you even stronger," Nangong Shueru said with smile. "Many thanks," Qin Yun said with smile. "No need to be polite. It is very rare to have so many pills for me to refine. This is also very beneficial to me. Moreover, the resources you provided will allow these immortal medicines to grow very quickly." Nangong Shueru giggled and said, "Xiao Yun, I am somewhat reluctant to leave this small world." Nangon Shuiru's speed of collecting immortal medicines is also very fast. More than 10 kinds of immortal medicines, as well as dozens of other medicinal ingredients, have been transferred into the Nine-Sun Divine Soul in a short while. Then she hastily entered the garden to take care of the medicinal ingredients, so that they won't be able to adapt to the environment. Qin Yun left the garden and arrived at the living room through the secret passage. Duan family master and Zhuge Qingxiong are waiting for him here. Shaoqin, the news of the sea demon royal race and mysterious sea god race suffering great losses has spread throughout the heavenly rhythm islands. Those guys will surely take action, Duan family master said with stern expression. Should we quickly go to the entrance of the underwater treasure domain? Qin Yun is also worried that something might happen, so he wants to quickly enter the underwater treasure domain. I've arranged for a lot of people to keep an eye on that area of water. According to the information they sent back, the Sea Demon royal family and the profound Sea God clan ship have appeared there. This time, they seem to be heading for that entrance as well, the Duan family head said. Moreover, they are cooperating with the 5 great sea races. Cooperating with the 5 great sea race? Qin Yun said with frown. Could it be that the leaders of the 5 great sea race went to look for them? Most likely, Zhuge Qingxiong said with unhappy expression. Those guys have been secretly communicating with the Sea Demon royal race and mysterious sea god race. They want to get close to the 2 great sea race. If the 2 great sea race truly join hands to open the entrance, then only a few people from the 5 great sea race will be able to enter. This way, most of the benefits will belong to the 2 great sea race. Duan family master cursed in a low voice. Those guys don't want to tell too many people in case someone fights with the 2 great sea race for benefits. They want to rely on the 2 great sea race. Zhuge Qingxiong said in confusion. The overall strength of the 5 great sea race and the 3 great pirate gangs is not weaker than the 2 great sea race. Why do they have to bow down to them? Duan family master said with a frown. It seems that only their boss is secretly currying favor with the 2 great sea race. The others shouldn't know. Elder Lute doesn't know about this. Zhuge Qingxiong sneered. It seems that the bosses of the 5 great sea race and the 3 great pirate gangs tacitly allowed them to board the purple gold sea dragon ship and plunder. Duan family master nodded, then looked at Qin Yun and asked, Little Qin, what do you think about this matter? Qin Yun is also pondering. When he heard Duan family master's question, he slowly said, The bosses of the 5 great sea race and the 3 great pirate gangs have no way to enter the underwater treasure domain, and they don't want too many people to know, so they joined hands with the 2 great sea race. On one hand, they can curry favor with the 2 great sea race. On the other hand, they can make them stronger and grasp more resources. They can better command a great power. In addition, the 2 great sea race and the 3 great pirate gangs worship a god. This is something that the 5 great sea race and the 3 great pirate gangs don't have. They also want to become god servants. Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family master are very surprised. They never thought that god servants could be a possibility. How strong can one become after becoming a god servant? Zhuge Qingxiong is very curious. I have only heard of it. I don't know the specifics. Duan family master also looked at Qin Yun. He felt that Qin Yun should know about this matter. Becoming a god servant can obtain powerful divine liquid. Qin Yun told Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family master about the process of the sacrifice in detail. After they finished listening, they were very shocked. I thought that the sacrifice was only to appease the gods or to seek the help of divine power to solve some difficult problems. So it turns out that it is to obtain divine liquid. Zhuge Qingxiong suddenly felt some yearning. If it is only a death sacrifice, then there is no problem. However, the death sacrifice is very slow and the efficiency is extremely low. Therefore, they will definitely not carry out a death sacrifice, but a living sacrifice. If they do this, the consequences will be very severe. If they don't go through tribulation, they will forever be 6 tribulation half immortals. If they go through tribulation, they will die miserably. Qin Yun said. The reason why Medicine King Chu can live forever is because he obtained a lot of divine liquid, right? Duan family master asked. That might be the case, but if he goes through tribulation, he will die 9 out of 10 times. After he went to Ancient Domain, I did not contact him. I also don't know what happened after that. Qin Yun feels that it will be very difficult for Medicine King Chu to smoothly go through tribulation. If you become a God's servant before becoming an immortal, it will be very painful. Qin Yun laughed. It would be best if you go to Immortal Desolate and ponder over this matter again. However, becoming a God servant is not easy. You must be favored by the gods. Duan family master and Zhuge Qingxiong immediately dispelled the idea of becoming a God servant. After all, they all want to go to Immortal Desolate. Oh, that's right. Isn't there another altar left behind by Medicine King Chu? We should go and take it away. Qin Yun said with smile. It is very useful to me. Xiao Qin, did you also become a God servant? Zhuge Qingxiong suddenly asked. Chapter 1186. 7-layer altar. Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family master looked at each other in amazement after knowing that Qin Yun can obtain divine liquid. Xiao Qin, do you have a lot of divine liquid? I want to broaden my knowledge. Zhuge Qingxiong asked with thick skin. Can you show us? Duan family master also wants to see the legendary divine liquid. They have never heard of divine liquid before, but they know that it is a good thing bestowed by God. Qin Yun said with smile, I still have a small bottle. I will give each of you 10 drops. He took out a jade bottle and carefully poured 10 drops into Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family master's jade bottles. Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family master are very excited after obtaining 10 drops of divine liquid. They also looked at the divine liquid inside the small bottle. They want to see if there is anything magical about it. Xiao Qin, how do we use it? Duan family master asked. I mixed it with dragon meat and roasted it. Qin Yun said with smile. After eating it, it will strengthen your body. It can make your body stronger. Although it is helpful to increase cultivation, it is not very obvious. You still need to use other methods. Qin Yun still has a few jars of divine liquid, but he does not want to expose his wealth, so he did not say anything. Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family master helped him obtain 2 altars, so he is very generous in letting them broaden their knowledge. 10 drops of divine liquid may seem very little, but for people who have never used divine liquid before, it is a lot. It is enough to let them feel their bodies have clearly improved. Let's go. We will take away that altar. Zhuge Qingxiong is very happy and said with smile. Duan family master is also very grateful to Qin Yun, so he also wants to help Qin Yun take away the altar. They are mainly in charge of keeping watch. If someone approaches, they will deal with them and let Qin Yun smoothly take away the altar. At night, they quietly left the Duan residence. Zhuge Qingxiong guessed that there are people from 2 powerful families keeping an eye on the Duan residence, so he is very cautious when leaving. The location of the altar is not far from the Medicine King Island. Qin Yun sat on Zhuge Qingxiong's boat and arrived there in about an hour. How about this? I will go down myself. You 2 wait here. If someone approaches, you 2 block them. Qin Yun said. All right, then be careful. Zhuge Qingxiong nodded. At this time, the profound sea god race and the sea demon royal race had entered the heavenly rhythm islands. They were naturally paying close attention to the 2 altars. They must have realized that one of the altars was missing, so they would definitely keep a close eye on the remaining ones. While diving, Qin Yun used shadow power to hide himself in the pitch-black deep sea. This area of water was very deep, and the altar was also tens of thousands of meters below. When Qin Yun dived, he had the protection of the water avoidance pearl. He did not feel any pressure, but he was a little afraid. Under the pitch-black deep sea, where giant sea beasts could appear at any time, it was impossible for him not to be afraid. After diving for more than 10,000 meters, Qin Yun suddenly sensed something that made his body tremble. Something is nearby. Ling Yuner shouted. Qin Yun used the extinction spirit eye to look around. He also saw that thing. It is not huge, it is only the size of a human. This made him feel a lot more at ease. Could it be a sea demon from the sea demon royal race? Qin Yun said in his heart. It's very likely that these guys can easily swim underwater. Ling Yun warned, they must be here to keep an eye on this altar. You have to be careful. I know. Qin Yun looked at the patrolling sea demon. It is only a peak martial emperor. Qin Yun continued diving. After a while, he finally reached the bottom and saw the altar. What caused Qin Yun to be amazed is that the altar has 6 layers. It is square-shaped. Moreover, it is very small. It is only several tens of meters wide. Even though it is small, it is very heavy. Ling Yun said with a smile. Now I wonder how many layers the evil god altar will have. Qin Yun suddenly feels that transcending Xianxi region's altar is much better than ancient domains. That 18-layer dragon god altar looked like it was made of mud. It was completely destroyed from the inside. And now he found 2 altars at the bottom of the sea. They're both very heavy and very sturdy. There is nothing nearby. I will quickly take action. Qin Yun took out the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. After the cauldron became big, Ling Yun released a very strong supergravity to lift up the altar and move it into the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. This process is completed very quickly. However, it also alarmed the patrolling sea demons. After Qin Yun succeeded, he concealed himself with all his might and then quickly swam up. He only encountered a few sea demons when he was diving down. But now, he feels like he has poked a beehive. A large group of sea demons suddenly appeared. These little things are really annoying. Qin Yun doesn't know what is going on. It seems like he has been locked on, and many sea demons are swimming over. Qin Yun immediately sent sound transmission to Duan family head and Zhuge Qingxiong, telling them to float up. Then he unleashed earthquake divine ability power with all his strength and released a wave of fierce vibration power. The vibration power caused the surrounding sea water to churn violently. Huge waves rolled up. After Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan family head floated up, they saw the raging waves roaring on the sea surface. They are very apprehensive. They want to know what is happening below. Qin Yun washed away those annoying sea demons and quickly rushed out of the water. Let's go, Qin Yun said. Zhuge Qingxiong and Duan Fei landed, took out a small boat, and started flying on the turbulent sea, heading towards Medicine King Island. The Sea Demon King and a group of elders are on a large ship at the edge of an island. After learning that the altar has disappeared, they said angrily, "Are the several thousand sea demons sent out all stupid pigs? How come I don't even know that such a big altar has disappeared? Could it be that they're not beside the altar? Why can't I see that the altar has disappeared?" The altar suddenly floated up and then it disappeared. An old man bowed and said with a face full of fear, "Bullshit. The altar is so heavy. Even if it is us, it would not be that easy to make the altar float up. That's a 6-layered altar, while our wizard god altar only has a 4-layered altar. If we can get that altar, we might be able to turn the wizard god altar into a 5-layered altar." The Sea Demon King's eyes seemed like they would spurt flames. "I'm infuriated. Why are we so unlucky? Could it be that the profound Sea Divine clan took it away?" a long-bearded old man asked. That group of bastards from the profound Sea Divine clan secretly took away the 5-layer altar some time ago, and they still refuse to admit it. Now, they actually took away the 6-layer altar. We'll go find them now. Sea Demon King's eyes are filled with killing intent. We must make them hand over one of them. Another altar disappeared. This matter spread overnight. The profound Sea Divine clan also spread the word that they did not get a single altar and instead suspected that it was the Sea Demon royal family who took it away. They even scolded the Sea Demon royal family for complaining first. In short, these two great clans are quarreling endlessly over the altar. Qin Yun and the others did not expect that internal strife would occur between these two great clans at this critical juncture. However, according to the information gathered by the Duan family's master, The entrance to the seabed treasure domain is still strictly guarded. It is jointly guarded by the 5 great sea clans, 3 great pirate gangs, and 2 great clans. Lu Haikong, Hunong Tian, Zhuge Qingxiong, and the Duan family's master are all in a hall in the Duan residence. Qin Yun is also here. Everyone is discussing how to approach the entrance and then think of a way to break it open. After discussing for a while, there was no conclusion. Because there are many powerful half-immortals there, it is simply difficult to approach. If this continues, they will definitely create a powerful barrier to protect it. Zhuge Qingxiong sighed and said, "The 2 great clans attach great importance to the seabed treasure domain. They might know something. Don't tell me that we are just going to watch them go in." Lu Haikong said with a displeased expression, "There's no other way. If they open the entrance, they will definitely not let us in." Duan family's master cursed in low voice. "We clearly discovered something. Why won't they let us approach?" Hunong Tian suddenly said, "I have an idea, but it is somewhat risky." "Quickly speak," Qin Yun said. "My father just received news that someone found a sleeping old dragon, a 6th tribulation, half-immortal old dragon. We can lure that old dragon to the entrance, then cause a huge commotion there and drive away those people. When the time comes, we can find an opportunity to attack." Hunong Tian said with smile, "I can find out where the old dragon is." Qin Yun said with smile, "This method is pretty good, but how do we lure the old dragon over?" Lu Haikong stood up and said very confidently, "Leave it to me. I am the best in this aspect." When the old dragon arrives, Venerable Master Zhuge and Shaoqin can dive into the water and open the entrance. Duan family's master said, "The prerequisite is that it must go smoothly." It's settled like this. Hunong Tian went to inquire about the old dragon's whereabouts, and Lu Haikong went back to gather the Lu family's younger generation to prepare to deal with the old dragon. Qin Yun asked the Duan family's master about a spacious underground stone room. He wants to modify the evil god altar inside. Inside the spacious underground stone room, Qin Yun took out the large golden devil horn and yelled, "Evil god, I obtained another altar. It is a 6-layer altar. It is square-shaped." He reported the situation of the altar to Evil God. Evil God very happily said, "This altar is most likely beast gods. This guy is ranked 30-something. His altar must be very good. If everything goes smoothly, how many layers will the Evil God altar become?" Qin Yun asked. "Around 7 layers. That is very good. Even in Immortal Desolate, there are very few altars with 7 layers. That Medicine King Chu is truly capable. He actually made 6 and 5 layers altars." Evil God very excitedly said, "Let's begin now. If the altar can successfully become 7 layers, then I can immediately send you a batch of divine liquid." "All right, don't lie to me." Qin Yun is also very excited. He uses divine liquid very slowly, but the more he has, the better. Maybe it is not only divine liquid. I want to see if I can mix some tool refining material powder with the divine liquid. Evil God said again. Chapter 1187. Treasure Domain. Chapter 1187. Treasure Domain. Qin Yun was very happy to hear Evil God's words, but now he feels that Evil God is trying to motivate him. Qin Yun asked, "Evil God, I remember you said that the highest altar you could reach in the past was 7 layers, right?" "Yes, but it is not really 7 layers. It is about 6.5 layers." Evil God said, "You should start modifying it now. First place this devil horn on another altar and absorb the god altar origin crystal inside." Qin Yun's blood god altar only has 5 layers. This underground stone room is very spacious. It can accommodate everything. Qin Yun walked on top of the altar and placed the large golden devil horn on it. The large golden devil horn suddenly flickered and released a burst of golden light that enveloped the hexagonal blood god altar. Qin Yun is secretly apprehensive while standing outside the blood god altar. Not long after, the golden light on the large golden devil horn disappeared. "All right, Now follow my instructions and separate the layers of the blood god altar. Evil god's voice came out of the large golden devil horn. Using supergravity, Qin Yun separated the topmost layer and erected it beside the wall. It was a very thick piece, and it was very tall and big. It was erected by the wall of the stone room. Fortunately, this underground stone room is very big and tall. It looks like a huge underground plaza. Qin Yun, next you will have to rely on yourself. Go erase some of the runes on top, but don't destroy the runes as a whole. As for what kind of runes you want to remove, you'll have to take a look at the evil god altar. When the time comes, I will carve some evil god runes on the large golden devil horn. Evil god said again, "You can carve runes?" Qin Yun is somewhat amazed. "Yes, but I can only secretly carve runes. Moreover, I only understand the runes on the altar. Only the top 2 layers of this altar are useful." Evil god said with smile. "Ah, then what about the other 6-layer beast god altar? Isn't it useless?" Qin Yun asked. "Of course it is useful. The top 2 layers of the beast god altar are also useful. They could be merged with the evil god altar." Evil god replied, "We will talk about it when the time comes." Qin Yun put away the devil horn and then carefully studied the small evil god altar. He tried to find a pattern and then compared it to the blood god altar. Ling Yun suddenly said, "Xiao Yun, you could try using the golden devil horn. This thing is the evil god altar origin crystal. Moreover, it just absorbed the blood god altar origin crystal. How do I use it?" Qin Yun immediately took out the golden devil horn. "If it's really useful, why didn't the evil god tell me? That evil god doesn't know much about altars. Otherwise, how could his altars be so bad?" Ling Yun said contemptuously, "His highest altar is only 6 layers, and he even boasted that it's 7 layers. Qin Yun began using the great golden devil horn to release a burst of golden light that shot towards the altar on the wall. There are many runes on the altar. After being illuminated by the golden light, many of the runes flickered with golden light. However, a small number of runes did not emit any light. Runes that don't shine should be removed. Qin Yun is delighted in his heart. He said with smile, "Great beauty, Yuner, you are still the most awesome, much more reliable than the evil god." "Of course," Ling Yun very proudly said with smile. "Qin Yun needs to hold the great golden devil horn in his hand to make it shine. Therefore, he can't go and remove those runes. Feeling helpless, he can only let Shui Tianzi, Zi Qingsheng, and Nangong Shuiru come out." Zi Qingsheng was dressed in a light purple dress. She was elegant and did not lose her elegance. Her fair, jade-like face was filled with spirituality and beauty. When Qin Yun saw it, he could not help but rub her beautiful face. The beautiful fairy that resembled purple could only roll her eyes and pout slightly, allowing Qin Yun to pinch her cheeks. Nangong Shuiru is watching from the side with light smile on her face. She is wearing a pure and holy white dress. She is very delicate and charming. Looking at the altar behind her, she became completely entranced. Shui Tianzi is also wearing a white skirt, but it is a transparent white muslin. Her snow-white skin can be seen. Moreover, she moved closer to Qin Yun and acted like a spoiled child. Qin Yun is already used to this charming fairy. He pinched her jade-like arm and said with smile, "Do you all see those runes that don't emit any light? Use mental power to erase them bit by bit. Sister Yao Fong should have taught you how to do it, right?" "All right." Zi Qingsheng slowly floated up and said, "I will be in charge of the top. I will be in charge of the middle." Nangong Shuiru said, "Shui Tianzi will be in charge of the bottom layer. Erasing those runes will consume a lot of mental power. Since they're very big, they could be erased using mental power. Although Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingsheng are only first tribulation half-immortals, their mental power is enough to erase them." On both sides of the altar, there were runes that needed to be removed. After finishing both sides, Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi were very tired. Nangong Shuiru is, after all, a fourth tribulation half-immortal. Qin Yun erected another altar on the wall and let Nangong Shuiru continue. Zi Qingsheng is standing on the side to rest, and recover her mental power. Shui Tianzi is leaning on Qin Yun and hugging him. She is using her naughty and soft lily-white hands to feel up and down Qin Yun's body. Little brother Yun, what are you doing this for? Shui Tianzi curiously asked. She took Qin Yun's other hand and placed it on her thigh. Transforming the evil god altar. Qin Yun rubbed her smooth, jade-like legs through the gauze and said with a smile. Shui Tianzi continued hugging Qin Yun like this, then closed her charming eyes and fell asleep. Qin Yun feels very comfortable being stuck by such a beautiful fairy. After all, she is a fragrant and charming great beauty. Nangongshuru's mental power is very strong. She can complete more than half of the altar by herself. Shuru, rest a bit. Qin Yun lightly yelled. Nangongshuru nodded. She knows that this is an altar, but she is very curious about where Qin Yun got it from. She sat beside Zi Qingsheng and closed her eyes to rest, recovering her mental power. Less than half a day later, Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi recovered and went to finish the rest of the altar. After 3 days, they finally finished removing the runes on the altar. 3 great beauties, you have worked hard, Qin Yun said with a smile. How do you want to thank me? Shui Tianzi's charming eyes are like silk as she looked at Qin Yun with mischievous smile. I will give you a kiss, Qin Yun said with a smile, and then kissed Shui Tianzi's charming face. No need to thank us. Zi Qingsheng curled her lips and said. Qin Yun pinched Zi Qingsheng's face and let her and Nangongshuru enter the 9-sun divine soul. Shui Tianzi did not enter. Instead, she flirted with Qin Yun for a bit before entering. Qin Yun looked at the altar and said to the golden horn, Evil God, I am done. It is your turn. What? So fast? Evil God thought that he would have to wait for 1 or 2 months. I'm that fast. Now it is your turn, Qin Yun said with a smile. The golden demon horn suddenly released a burst of white light that shone on the altar. After being shone on by the white light, the runes on the altar turned black. Then black runes began to appear on the empty space that was erased. Evil God's speed is very slow. Qin Yun doesn't know how long it will take for him to finish. He took out a sound transmission magic tool and asked about the situation outside. Hunong Tian still hasn't found out where the old dragon is, but Lu Haikong is ready to leave at any time. But there is bad news. The big shots of the 5 Great Sea Race have brought their fleets and are rushing towards the entrance of the underwater treasure domain to guard it to the death. Evil God, what do you think is inside the underwater treasure domain? Qin Yun asked. He just informed Evil God about this matter. I don't know, but I think that the underwater treasure domain is another space. Since so many people want to go in, there must be many good things inside that will be useful to you. Evil God said. 10 days passed by and Evil God is finally done. The next step is to connect the 2 layers of the altar to the Evil God altar. The connecting process is very easy. They just need to make the Evil God altar bigger and then stack it on top of the altar. The Evil God altar was once hidden by a heavenly Tao Divine rune and has been remodeled. It is a very special altar. Of course, Evil God is bragging about it himself. After stacking the 2 layers, Qin Yun threw the large golden devil horn over. Qin Yun thought that it would be a simple stacking. He did not expect that the Evil God altar would release a burst of black light and absorb the 2 layers. The Evil God altar has undergone a great change. It has turned red and hexagonal. It has a total of 6 layers. Success! Success! 6-layer altar. Very soon it will become a 7-layer altar. Evil God laughed heartily and said, Evil God, after it becomes a 7-layer altar, will you really be able to give me even better things? Qin Yun asked. When the time comes, I will teach you spirit cultivation and help you properly organize your cultivation. Evil God said with a smile, You are groping your way of cultivation. You don't have a unified cultivation direction. This won't do. I will help you properly organize it and make you stronger. Wait for a few months, I will do the next transformation. I used too much power this time. If I continue, I will be discovered. At this time, Duan family head sent a message saying that Lu Haikong has already lured the old dragon over and will soon reach the entrance. Qin Yun stored away the evil god altar and the large golden devil horn and left the underground stone room. Duan family head said, "Xiao Qin, this time it will be very dangerous. You must be careful." Zhuge Qingxiong patted Qin Yun's shoulder. "I will go with you. You don't need to worry too much." "All right, let's go," Qin Yun said. They already opened the entrance, but after they went in, they closed it again. "I don't know how they opened it." Duan family head cursed in low voice. "The two great races must have found a way to go in." "Who entered the underwater treasure domain?" Qin Yun said in amazement. Chapter 1188. Old Dragon helped Qin Yun, Zhuge Qingxiong, and Duan family head boarded a small boat and headed east to Medicine King Island. They set off in the afternoon and finally arrived at the water area at night. The entrance is below. This water area is very deep, and there is a huge volcano below. The entrance is a volcanic crater, but there is a natural barrier. Zhuge Qingxiong told Qin Yun about the situation. They can see many large ships in the distance. Duan family head pointed at a few very large ships and said, "Those are the ships of the 5 great sea clans leaders." Hunong Tian also arrived on the boat and cursed in low voice. "My father also entered the seabed treasure domain, but he didn't bring me." Duan family head is somewhat surprised and asked, "Xiao Hu, why didn't your father bring you? Isn't it because he doesn't like me?" "He brought my little brother." Hunong Tian said very angrily, "My little brother is also a 3rd tribulation half-immortal, but he is a bit stronger than me. Furthermore, his mother is also quite favored." That is Hunong Tian's half-brother, so this also made Hunong Tian very angry. "How many people from your Xian beheading gang went in?" Duan family head asked. "According to my investigation, it should be 100 people." Hunong Tian became even more angry and said a string of profanities. "There are so many spots, but they didn't give me one." Duan family head looked at Zhuge Qingxiong and sighed. "Grandmaster Zhuge, why didn't they let you go? You are a Grandmaster Inscription Master in Sea Eagle Clan." "That's right. With Grandmaster Zhuge's status, why didn't they bring you?" Hunong Tian also felt that it is strange. "It's a long story. Although I am a Grandmaster Inscription Master, Sea Eagle Boss has been unhappy with me for a long time. To be honest, my reputation within the Sea Eagle clan is extremely good. Also because I just became a Grandmaster, my prestige has increased by a lot. Sea Eagle Boss is worried that I will compete for his position." Zhuge Qingxiong shook his head and smiled. "In that case, the quota to enter the seabed treasure domain is decided by Sea Eagle Boss." Duan family head said with sneer. "In that case, as long as Sea Eagle Boss chooses the important members of the Sea Eagle clan, he will be able to make a deal with them and sit firmly on his throne." Zhuge Qingxiong nodded. "He definitely won't choose me. I'm worried I'll get even more good stuff inside." Qin Yun said with a smile. "When they enter, they will rely on their own abilities to obtain treasures. Grandmaster Zhuge is definitely more powerful than them, so they are afraid. The 5 great sea races and the 3 great pirate gangs should each have 100 spots. Elder Lu did not obtain the Sea Dragon clan's quota. If Elder Lu knew, he would definitely be very angry." Duan family head laughed. "It's better not to tell him." The calm sea suddenly surged with huge waves. Patriarch Duan shouted, "Elder Lu is here." The old dragon that Lu Haikong had lured over was now at the bottom of the sea. "Elder Lu, what's the situation?" Patriarch Duan hurriedly transmitted his voice to Lu Haikong. "That old dragon has a good relationship with me and is willing to help me. However, he wants me to promise to bring him into the seabed treasure realm. After I signed the contract with him, I promised him." Lu Haikong sent a sound transmission over. "Don't worry. He will definitely stir up this area of water. There are many sea demon royal race and Xin sea god race people in this area. They are either submerged or floating on the water surface." At this time, an incomparably huge dragon appeared. Not only under the water, Many large ships on the water surface have been overturned by waves that overflowed to the sky. Crash! A huge dragon tail suddenly emerged from the water surface. It is several thousand meters long. It chopped down like a huge axe and destroyed several large ships. This dragon is very dreadful. How big is it? Hu Nongtian yelled in shock. Qin Yun and the others floated up. They are completely shaken by the churning and roaring ocean. Qin Yun is the most astonished one. He has seen many formidable old dragons. Those old dragons in ancient domain are very dreadful. Judging from the aura of this old dragon, it seems that he is even more formidable than the dragons in ancient domain. Ancient domains, old dragons rely on the dragon god Altar to become very strong. What does this old dragon rely on? While Qin Yun is bewildered in his heart, the huge black dragon tail shot out of the water and ferociously swept down, destroying the large ships on the water surface. Crash, crash, crash. Great waves surged on the ocean. Many sea demons and other people floated to the water surface one after another. Each and every one of their faces are filled with fear. They feel as if they just escaped from death. This dragon is truly dreadful. How did Senior Lu know him? Zhuge Qingxiong exclaimed in admiration. Overturning rivers and seas is nothing more than this. Hu Nongtian sighed with emotion. Originally, there were many large ships in this area, but now they have all been destroyed. Although there are many formidable old half-immortals on the ships, they don't dare to act blindly without thinking. As long as they are not idiots, they can see that there is a very formidable dragon below. There are many experts among the 5 great sea race, 3 great pirate gangs, and 2 great races. These experts all entered the mysterious underwater treasure domain. Although the people left behind are also very strong, they don't have any courage. They also can't contact the people inside the underwater treasure domain. A large number of large ships have been destroyed. Moreover, they're the ships of those big shots of the great powers. Those people can only watch helplessly. The ocean is still churning. From time to time, the huge dragon tail would sweep out from the churning waves. It is like a heaven-splitting axe, bringing along a violent storm, blowing a burst of black astral wind. Accompanied by the furious dragon might, the wind and clouds in the ocean surged, lightning flashed, and thunder rumbled. The sea demons under the water have long since jumped out in fright and floated in the air. Lu Haikong sent voice transmission to Qin Yun and others. You can come down now. It is now late at night, and Qin Yun and others are far away. They quietly dived into the sea, and no one noticed them. Lu Haikong went to receive them to avoid being accidentally injured by the old dragon. The ocean has not calmed down. The old dragon is still stirring the ocean, chasing the other people in the sea up. Senior Lu, that old dragon is truly awesome. Hu Nongtian is now even more afraid. He is very worried that the old dragon will swallow the boat whole. They're inside the boat. Through the transparent crystal, they can see the pitch-black ocean. Suddenly, a large amount of red light appeared in front of them. Upon closer inspection, is 2 huge, glowing pearls, like a blood-red sun in the deep sea. Those are the old dragon's 2 huge eyeballs. This scared Hu Nongtian so much that he let out a strange cry. Lu Haikong said with a smile, "Although I often slay dragons, I'm also friends with dragons. I met this old dragon when I was young. At that time, I was still very young and was almost eaten by other evil dragons. I save him by chance. I don't remember him, but he remembers this matter." Senior Lu, did this dragon have some fortuitous encounter? It's really powerful. Qin Yun asked. I don't know about that. In short, this dragon is very powerful and often goes against the Xianxi divine race. Usually, it hides in a very deep abyss at the bottom of the ocean and is very difficult to find. Lu Haikong said. After a while, the boat dived to the bottom of the ocean. Zhuge Qingxiong controlled the boat to slowly move at the bottom of the ocean, heading towards the very large volcano. Not long after, they saw the volcano. The volcano's crater is a vast expanse of white. as if it is spewing out white energy flames. The volcano's crater is 1,000 meters wide. Looking from above, it looks like a huge white sinkhole. Qin Yun and Zhuge Qingxiong left the boat and approached the volcano's crater. There's a very strong spatial barrier. After Qin Yun approached, he could sense a very strong spatial fluctuation. Little Qin, do you have any way to pass through? Zhuge Qingxiong asked. After Qin Yun approached the spatial barrier, he poured the power of the mysterious penetration divine ability into a rock and threw it down. If this barrier doesn't block divine ability power, then I have a way. Qin Yun looked at the large rock slowly sinking. There were some barriers that would counter the power of divine arts and could defend against divine arts, but there were some that didn't. Qin Yun looked at the sinking rock and said, "If it doesn't work, then I can only think of another way." Zhuge Qingxiong also looked at the slowly sinking rock. The stone sank, touched the spatial enchantment, and then disappeared. Success! Zhuge Qingxiong is very excited. Qin Yun laughed. Let's go back and talk. After returning to the boat, Qin Yun took out the mysterious penetration talisman and distributed it to them, 3 each. Lu Haikong also called the old dragon over. The old dragon turned into a dark-skinned, burly old man. His messy, coarse hair draped over his shoulders, making him look very fierce. Old Lu, are these your friends? They all look pretty good, the old dragon said with a smile, and took the 3 talismans. These 3 talismans are for emergency use. After we go in, if we encounter any situation and need to quickly come out, we will use these 3 talismans. When we go in, I will use my divine ability power to wrap around this boat, and we will be able to smoothly enter. Qin Yun already wrapped the boat with divine ability power. Zhuge Qingxiong controlled the boat and quickly moved towards the volcano's crater. The boat landed on top of the volcano's crater and immediately passed through. In that instant, everyone can sense a very strong burst of fluctuation. The so-called entrance is just a barrier. As long as they can pass through, they can enter that underwater treasure domain. Old Dragon, how much do you know about that underwater treasure domain? Is it a desolate domain? Qin Yun feels that this old dragon must know something. It's not a desolate domain. It is actually an underground world. The old dragon said with mysterious expression, I live in a very deep abyss all year round. I can sense that there is another world under the rocks and soil at the bottom of the sea. Qin Yun also went to some underground world. Back when he was in Spirit Desolate, the dragon race lived in a very mysterious dragon cave. The old dragon's words caused Qin Yun to feel very surprised. He thought that place was another space. After all, he also went to Desolate Domain, so he is not unfamiliar with it. After passing through the thick layer, we can reach that world. This is not a legend. It really exists. The old dragon very earnestly said. Zhuge Qingxiong asked, Old dragon, what good things do you think that world has? Chapter 1189. Immortal Sect Land. The old dragon's words caused Qin Yun and others to be very amazed. It is actually a place of refuge during world extermination. Old dragon, that means that place experienced world extermination? Qin Yun asked. Indeed, but I am not clear about the situation inside. Maybe all the people inside are dead and only heavenly and earthly treasures are left behind. It is also possible that many people are still alive inside. When the old dragon spoke of this matter, he was also at a loss. In short, my seniors told me that that place is very mysterious, transcending Xianxi region's energy source, as well as all kinds of ghost beasts. They all came from that place. Zhuge Qingxiong asked, Old dragon, apart from these, are there any other legends? The old dragon thought for a bit and suddenly said, The immortal sect stays inside for a very long time. Lu Haikong looked at Qin Yun and said with a smile, Yun, aren't you looking for the immortal sect? This is good. Maybe you can find the immortal sect down there. After the small boat passed through the barrier, it did not immediately go to the seabed treasure domain. Instead, it continued to sink. if that place is a desolate domain. So long as they pass through the barrier, they will immediately arrive there. Clearly, that place is another underground world. The immortal sect often stays down there. Doesn't that mean there are many treasures down there? Hu Nongtian said with excited expression. Apparently, he will be able to obtain many treasures very soon. That's for sure. The trash that fell from Immortal Desolate are all treasures to us. Naturally, it is very dangerous near the immortal sect. Duan family head said with smile. The old dragon shook his head and said, no. I heard that the immortal sect is very stable down there. There won't be any danger unless you want to enter the immortal sect. Qingyun really did not expect that the seabed treasure domain would give him such a pleasant surprise. Before, he was having a headache about how to find the immortal sect. Now, it is much better. He only needs to wait patiently inside the seabed treasure domain, and he will be able to find the immortal sect. Duan family head said, everyone, after we go to the seabed treasure domain, we must be very careful. According to the old dragon, the seabed treasure domain is a very big world. There might even be people from the last era. There are also those guys from Xian Sea God race and Sea Demon Royal race. They won't let me go. We must be on guard against them. Zhuge Qingxiong said with grave expression. Sea Demon Royal race's 3 great ancient kings will also go. They have been searching for that place for many years. The strongest people in the Xian Sea God race are the 5 Doyants. They're going to the seabed treasure domain, most likely to go through the immortal gate to the immortal desolate. The old dragon said. His words made Qin Yun think of something. Sea Demon Royal race's ancient kings and Xian Sea God race's senior elders are mostly under the control of their gods because they have been offering sacrifices all year round. Just like Medicine King Chu, they are immortal and can't cross tribulation. However, they yearn for an even stronger realm. If they could enter the immortal desolate, they might be able to get rid of this restriction. Qin Yun cursed evil god in his heart. He doesn't even know that there is such a mysterious place in the transcending Xianxi region. It seems like it's not easy for me to get good stuff. Hu Nongtian laughed. This is also good. In any case, transcending Xianxi region is very boring. The old dragon smiled and said, who isn't? If we can go to the immortal desolate from the immortal gate, then it will definitely be easier for us to go through the tribulation. This immediately attracted everyone's interest, especially Zhuge Qingxiong, who hurriedly asked, is it easier to go to the immortal desolate to undergo the tribulation? I also heard that the half-immortal tribulation in the immortal desolate is not that strong. As for why, I don't know. After all, this is just a legend. It can't be taken seriously. The old dragon said with smile. In any case, I don't dare to cross tribulation now. I am afraid of being tormented to death. Duan family head said with bitter smile. I am also afraid of crossing tribulation. It can be said that 7th tribulation is not difficult, but it is also not easy. Lu Haikong said with smile. Actually, 7th tribulation is a test of courage. Many people don't dare to trigger 7th tribulation. They can only drag it out. Everyone is afraid of death, and those who dare to go through 7th tribulation are all very brave. After crossing 7th tribulation, they can reach heaven in a single bound. If they fail, their soul will fly away and scatter. If they don't cross tribulation, they can still live for many years. So many people drag it out as much as they can. Hu Nongtian shook his head and sighed. I am now a 3rd tribulation half-immortal. I am afraid of going through 4th tribulation. I want to drag it out for another 1,000 to 2,000 years. Zhuge Qingxiong looked at Qin Yun and said with smile, Xiao Qin, what about you? You are still very young. Qin Yun said with smile, I just crossed first half immortal tribulation. Truth be told, I refined a kind of talisman called Tribulation Bringer Talisman. It can help other people attract tribulation. When you want to cross tribulation, I can help you. Don't act recklessly. Hu Nongtian shouted. Is there really such a talisman? Lu Haikong asked in amazement. Old Dragon, Duan family head, and Zhuge Qingxiong also don't believe it. Of course there is. I have used this talisman to kill many people, Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Among them, there are many formidable sixth tribulation half-immortals. Qin Yun took out a tribulation bringer talisman and said, First, you need to gather enough aura and guide it into the talisman. Then you consume your own power to activate it. Then stick it on the person's body, and you can send them through tribulation. This is sending people to their death. Hu Nongtian looked at the tribulation bringer talisman in Qin Yun's hand with expression of fear. Brother Qin, you should quickly take it. Qin Yun put away the talisman with mischievous smile. Seriously, I am not afraid of crossing tribulation at all. When I crossed first tribulation, it was heaven shaking and earth shaking. In the end, I was still able to endure it. Duan family head said with smile, You are a venerable inscription master. You have so many equipment on you. You are indeed not afraid of crossing tribulation. But if it is the fifth, sixth, and seventh tribulation, you won't feel relaxed. Zhuge Qingxiong nodded his head. He is also an inscription master. Every time he crosses tribulation, all his equipment is destroyed. For them, crossing tribulation is the same as going bankrupt. Just as they were discussing about the tribulation, the small boat suddenly started shaking. Almost there, Old Dragon said with smile with face full of expectation. Boom, boom, boom. Suddenly several loud sounds echoed. The small boat split open. Careful, Zhuge Qingxiong shouted. Lu Haikong, Old Dragon, Zhuge Qingxiong, and Duan family head. These 4-6 tribulation half-immortals hastily released their power to form a barrier to protect Qin Yun and Hu Nongtian. Rumble. Along with a loud sound, the small boat completely split open, and Qin Yun and others also left the white passage and landed on the ground. They landed on the ground and saw many people all around them. Qin Yun saw Sea Demon King, 2 great races, 3 great pirate gangs, 5 great sea race leaders, and a group of experts are all surrounding them. Qin Yun can also see that there's a very big hole in the sky. Just now, the small boat must have been exposed and was attacked by these people from below. Below is indeed a world. The sky is white and emitting white light. There is no sun or blue sky, but there is dense 9 sun spiritual energy and faint 9 sun immortal energy. Sea Demon King said angrily, Kill them. Apart from us, no one can enter this place. Lu Haikong took out a huge axe and shouted at Qin Yun and others. You guys leave first. Hu Nongtian saw his father and little brother. What he did not expect is that his father and little brother's eyes are filled with killing intent. Roar! Old Dragon suddenly roared. A large amount of black energy mist burst out of his body. Hua hua hua! Old Dragon transformed into a huge black dragon. During the transformation process, a burst of incomparably berserk black astral wind surged out. The people in the vicinity were all blown away by this gale. You guys leave first. We will meet again someday. Old Dragon shouted. Split up and run. Duan family patriarch shouted. When the Old Dragon transformed, Qin Yun was also blown away by a violent and ferocious energy wave. The dragon might released by Old Dragon's transformation caused many people to feel fear. With Lu Haikong and Old Dragon blocking them, Qin Yun and others can run away. However, there are still some people chasing after them. They are all very fast and very strong people. After Qin Yun concealed himself, he madly ran towards a certain direction. Just when he thought that he would be relatively safe, he suddenly sensed a few people chasing behind him. It's that bastard Sea Demon King. Qin Yun cursed in his heart. Besides Sea Demon King, there are a few powerful half-immortals. It is unknown whether they are humans or sea demons. After Qin Yun concealed himself, he is still being blocked by them. He also doesn't know what is going on. Ling Yuner said, Xiao Yun, one of the guys chasing you has a very strong perception. He can release a special kind of energy and lock onto your aura. Motherfucker, I want to send them to cross tribulation. While Qin Yun is madly running, he constantly threw cannonballs behind him. The people chasing him did not release their aura, so he cannot gather aura to activate the Tribulation Bringer Talisman. Xiao Yun, quickly get rid of them. Don't try to use the Tribulation Bringer Talisman. This place is not normal. Maybe you won't be able to attract tribulation. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun thought about it and felt that it is possible. After all, he can't see the sky here, and there is also a special barrier. Bastard Qin, stop right there. Sea Demon King furiously roared. They can't fly inside this underwater treasure domain. They can only run on land. Qin Yun has already concealed his aura, but he is still being chased. Because Sea Demon King is not good at running on land, he can't catch up to Qin Yun. Xiao Yun, that horse-faced guy behind us, can sense you. We just need to kill him. Ling Yuner finally found out who is locked onto Qin Yun. There are 6 people chasing Qin Yun. That horse-faced guy is the weakest. He is only a 3rd Tribulation half-immortal. His speed is also very slow. The others are all 5th and 6th Tribulation half-immortals. Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon and placed it on his shoulder. Although he is not looking behind, he can still inject his mental power into the Lion King cannon and aim at the people behind him. Qin Yun has concealed himself, so the people chasing him did not notice him taking out the Lion King cannon. Aim. I will give him a fresh cannonball refined by Sister Yao Fong. Qin Yun aimed and fired the cannonball. Boom! After the cannonball was fired, it smashed on that horse-faced, middle-aged man's body and let out a loud explosion and flame. That horse-faced, middle-aged man's body exploded and split open. It is unknown whether he is dead or not. Qin Yun broke away from Sea Demon King and the others in a short while. At this time, Qin Yun took out a vibrating sound transmission magic tool. It is Xian Rujing's. Ice Mother Tigresses? Qin Yun took out the sound transmission magic tool and heard Xian Rujing's voice. Bastard, didn't you go to Ancient Domain? Why are you here? Xian Rujing said. Chapter 1190. 9 Nether Realm. Chapter 1190. 9 Nether Realm. When Qin Yun arrived at transcending Xianxi region, he would send sound transmission to Xian Rujing from time to time. Because of distance restriction, he could not send it out. But after he arrived at this underwater treasure domain, he suddenly sent it out. Xian Rujing suddenly received Qin Yun's sound transmission and tried to contact him. She did not expect to be able to contact him so quickly. What kind of joke is this? You need other people to save you? Xian Rujing said in a bad mood. How did you come to this place? It took me a lot of effort to get here. Qin Yun is very happy to know that Xian Rujing is here. After he returned from Ancient Domain, he thought that he did not have any acquaintances in transcending Xianxi region. Moreover, he is looking for Xian Rujing because he wants to clarify some matters. I just got rid of a few formidable 6 Tribulation half-immortals. I am safe now. Where are you? I want to find you. Qin Yun completely shook off those 6 Tribulation half-immortals. Qin Yun is not afraid of 6 Tribulation half-immortals. So long as he is not pursued to death, he will be fine. What matter do you have with me? Could it be that you came back from Ancient Domain to find me? Xian Rujing asked. Of course I did not come back from Ancient Domain to find you. I came to find Immortal Sect. Qin Yun continued madly running. He wants to get away from Sea Demon King and the others. Aren't you looking for Immortal Sect to find me? Quickly speak. What matter do you have with me? Xian Rujing asked again. What matter can there be? You are wearing my slave governing collar. You are my little maid. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Mentioning this matter, Xian Rujing became very angry. Originally, Qin Yun did not need to put it on her, but because he thought it was fun, he put it on her and made it very difficult for her to take it off. Xian Rujing coldly groaned and said, Didn't you come to find me to obtain 9 Sacred Sun immortal veins through me? Am I right? Qin Yun never had this kind of thought. He refuted, Of course not. What are you thinking? But you want to use my Sacred Sun spirit vein to cultivate Sacred Sun immortal veins, right? I did have this kind of idea before, but now I don't have it anymore. Don't let your imagination run wild. Xian Rujing said, I have dual spirit 8 sun immortal vein. You only have 1 sacred sun spirit vein. If we get together, we can indeed obtain 9 sacred sun immortal veins, but you only have 1 sacred sun spirit vein. If we get together, we can obtain 9 sacred sun spirit veins, but you will benefit the most. You can also cultivate the 9 sacred sun immortal meridians, okay? That was the future of the 9 solar saint meridians. Cultivating a sacred vein is not easy at all. Qin curled his lips and said, I have 8 sun immortal veins, and you only have 1 sacred sun spiritual vein. The gap between us is still very big. My 8 sun immortal vein is much better than your sacred sun spirit vein. Xian spirit yun is. I yun to yun is to is, and is yun is to be is to. Don't talk anymore. Where are you? I will immediately go find you. Xian Rujing doesn't want to continue arguing with Qin Yun. I also don't know. I just arrived at this damn place. I came down from that heavenly crater. I am in the vicinity. Qin Yun looked all around. There are many tall mountains here, but there is nothing special about this place. Xian Rujing became silent for a while and said, I will go there now. I will contact you later. Roughly how long will it take for you to arrive? Qin Yun hastily asked. 6 hours, I think. You fell down from that place and were not caught. Your luck is pretty good, Xian Rujing said. Let's not talk anymore. I will rush over now. Qin Yun entered the depths of the mountain, found a cave, and took out the spirit-chasing talisman. If Xian Rujing comes near, he can use the talisman to find her. Qin Yun took out the large golden devil horn and contacted Evil God. Little demon, what's the matter? Evil God asked. Evil God, I am at the bottom of the underwater treasure domain. I say, as a god, how come you are not well informed? Qin Yun's voice is filled with disdain. What? I'm not well informed. I am a god. Evil God said in a very bad mood. You really don't know anything about this underwater treasure domain? Qin Yun groaned and then informed Evil God about the situation of the underwater treasure domain. After Evil God heard, he said hesitantly, I really don't know. But rest assured, I will go and inquire about the situation of this place. It seems like Sea Demon Royal Family and Xian Sea Divine Race know about this place. Clearly, the god they worship told them about this place. Qin Yun doesn't know how Evil God inquired about this place, but he found out very quickly. Qin Yun, I inquired a bit about that place. Evil God said somewhat embarrassedly. That place is a transcendent existence. Even though it is in 9 desolate land, it will not be destroyed by 9 sun world extermination. What is so special about this place? Qin Yun asked again. I only know that a mortal sect will stay here for a long time. Let's put it this way, the underwater treasure domain you are in was originally connected to many great desolate lands, and even to the 9 nether realm. It was the middle station of many space worlds. But now, there is only one immortal sect in this place. When Evil God talked about this matter, he felt very surprised because he didn't know about this before. What else? Is there really a lot of good things in the underwater treasure domain? Qin Yun asked, what do you think? There used to be sacred sect and divine sect here. Even though there is only one immortal sect now, things from immortal desolate fall down from time to time. Evil God said with smile, this is a good place. Why is there such a place? Qin Yun only feels that this kind of place is very strange. I don't know about that. In short, back then, the people of sacred desolate and divine desolate could run everywhere. Later on, they were restricted by the power of 9 Sunday. This was also for balance. Now, they can only go to immortal desolate or 9 netherrealm. Evil God thought for a moment and said, 9 netherrealm is a very special space. It is not above 9 desolate land. Inside, all kinds of dead spirit bodies are gathered. The nether realm, heavenly lion you summoned came from 9 netherrealm. Qin Yun suddenly recalled that those ghost beasts most likely came from 9 netherrealm. There are so many ghost beasts in transcending Xian Sea region. Now it makes sense. Qin Yun, you must be careful. There are many people from immortal desolate in the underwater treasure domain. Even though they are not immortals, they are very formidable. I guess there are many divine servants in the underwater treasure domain. Evil God's grave voice came through. Why are there so many divine servants? Qin Yun asked. There are people going back and forth between Spirit Desolate and Immortal Desolate through Immortal Gate to collect offerings. They do both dead and living sacrifices. You must be careful. Evil God coldly groaned and said, as long as someone is born in Immortal Desolate, after entering Spirit Desolate, they can easily go back and forth through Immortal Gate. Xian Rujing is one such person. She can easily go through Immortal Gate. If this is the case, then even if divine servants from Immortal Desolate are 6th Tribulation half-immortals, they must be very formidable and can easily collect large amount of offerings. Since they came from Immortal Desolate, they must have immortal tier equipment. Qin Yun's soul-chasing talisman suddenly reacted. At this time, Xian Rujing sensed sound transmission. Wait for me here, don't run around. Do you know where I am? Qin Yun asked through sound transmission magic tool. Of course I know. I'm wearing the slave governing collar. I can sense you. This is also to protect Master. Xian Rujing's cold voice came through. She has always been brooding over the matter of the slave governing collar. While waiting, Qin Yun took out the immortal graveyard diagram. He wanted to ask Siekiru some questions, but he did not get any response. This caused him to be somewhat worried about Siekiru. Qin Yun waited for 2 hours and sensed that Xian Rujing is in the vicinity through the soul-chasing talisman. He quietly ran out and concealed himself. He wants to capture Xian Rujing. After he went out, he saw an ice-cold beauty wearing pure white clothes. She looks like a cold and aloof witch. Xian Rujing arrived. She is standing on top of a small hill. Ice Mother Tigress is not alone. Qin Yun suddenly sensed other people's aura in the vicinity. Moreover, it is very weak. Xian Rujing also sensed other people's aura. Her ice-cold, jade-like face immediately became frosty. She said in cold voice, "Who is sneakily following me and running so far away?" Qin Yun secretly despised Xian Rujing. She only found out now after being followed for so long. There is no blue sky above the seabed treasure domain. It is a vast expanse of whiteness. There are some glowing white gas clouds. A black shadow suddenly descended from the white mist in the air. This guy can fly so high. Qin Yun is secretly apprehensive. Those white light clouds are several tens of thousands of meters above the sea. Qin Yun tried before. He could only float a few kilometers above the sea before being blocked by a very strong power. And this person can not only fly at such a high altitude, he can also fly. This is simply against the rules. The person who landed is wearing black clothes. He's a handsome man with long hair. His mouth has an evil, charming smile as he said, "Rujing, I am worried about you. I am a 2nd Tribulation half-immortal. You're a 3rd Tribulation half-immortal. I can't deal with a powerful enemy. Yuho Ruin can't either. What is the point of worrying about me?" Xian Rujing coldly looked at this person. "Rujing, what are you doing in this kind of place?" Ho Ruin chuckled. "Rujing, why can't you properly accept other people's concern?" Xian Rujing looked towards Qin Yun and said, "I am here to look for someone. If you care about me, give me the best things. Your hypocritical concern is completely useless." It must be known that Xian Rujing was swindled by Long Chuanwu before. Now she is very shrewd. "Qin Yun, come out!" Xian Rujing yelled. Qin Yun also appeared. He walked over to Xian Rujing's side, while grinning. Xian Rujing came from far away to look for a man. This caused Ho Ruin to feel very jealous in his heart, especially because Qin Yun's appearance is not below his. Even though he is wearing casual clothes, his temperament is not ordinary. "Rujing, who is he to you?" Ho Ruin asked with a trace of hostility in his tone. Xian Rujing looked at Qin Yun and said, "Quickly tell him, who are you to me?" Qin Yun said with smile, "I am Xian Rujing's master." Xian Rujing and Ho Ruin's expression changed. "What is it?" Qin Yun saw that Xian Rujing's expression is not right. He promptly changed his tone and said with smile, "I was just joking. I am Xian Rujing's friend." Chapter 1191. Treasure Domains, Secret Xian. Rujing reacted very quickly. Her lily-white hand ferociously stamped on Ho Ruin's wrist, causing his arm to be covered in ice and frost. Ho Ruin's back can't help but shiver when he saw Xian Rujing's bone-piercing, ice-cold expression. He is joking with me. It has nothing to do with you. Xian Rujing's eyes narrowed. The surrounding temperature suddenly dropped, causing Ho Ruin to tremble in fear. Ho Ruin looked at Qin Yun with gritted teeth. He is very jealous in his heart because it is clear that Xian Rujing is protecting Qin Yun. Xian Rujing coldly groaned. You should quickly leave. He is my friend. I don't want any outsider to be present when I meet him. What Ho Ruin doesn't know is that if his fist landed on Qin Yun's abdomen, he would most likely be killed in one move by Qin Yun. Xian Rujing is very clear about Qin Yun, so she hastily stopped Ho Ruin, otherwise he wouldn't even know how he died. Rujing, this person is not a good person. I am very worried that he will conspire against you. Ho Ruin is filled with hostility as he pointed at Qin Yun's nose. Less nonsense. Quickly leave. Don't follow me. Xian Rujing's voice became even colder. Ho Ruin glared at Qin Yun and flew up to the sky. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye and indeed saw Ho Ruin flying away. After a while, Qin Yun slowly said, "Why don't you let me kill him? Are the consequences of killing him very serious? This guy followed you all the way here. Moreover, he is very secretive. He is the one who has conspired against you. If you kill him, there will be big trouble. If you want to properly explore this place's secret, you better behave yourself." Xian Rujing sternly warned Qin Yun. She is very clear about Qin Yun's strength. Qin Yun spread his hands and said with smile, "Rujing, you came to find me as soon as I arrived. Did you miss me?" Xian Rujing glared at him and said with sneer, "Miss you? Why would I miss you? Just like my dragon claw," Qin Yun said with loud laugh. "You!" Xian Rujing immediately erupted, pounced at Qin Yun, and ruthlessly bit his shoulder. Although Qin Yun was already on guard, he did not expect Xian Rujing's speed to be this fast. Moreover, she released a very specialized power which caused him to shiver and his reaction speed to be a lot slower. He originally thought that his body is very strong and Xian Rujing's bite would not hurt him, but now he discovered that he underestimated Xian Rujing. Enough!" Qin Yun shouted. He felt an ice-cold, stinging pain coming from the place where he was bitten. Furthermore, it was numb and hot. Just as he was about to use the dragon claw hand to counterattack, he found that he couldn't move. It has only been a short period of time, but Xian Rujing has become so strong. This caused Qin Yun to be very surprised. Especially Xian Rujing's strange, ice-cold power is simply his nemesis. After Xian Rujing's song spoke, she lightly spat. Her cold and elegant, absolutely beautiful face is filled with arrogance. Then she patted Qin Yun's handsome face and said with proud smile, "The current me is not easy to deal with. You want to use your dragon claw to scratch me? Dream on." At this time, Qin Yun's body became a lot warmer. He unhappily said, "Biting me without saying a word. I was so worried that something would happen to you. From now on, you are my follower. You must listen to me in all your actions. This will be very beneficial to you." Xian Rujing said, "What benefits?" Qin Yun looked at the teeth marks and curled his lips and said, "Don't tell me you want to keep me by your side and bite me to play with. How much do you know about divine servants?" Xian Rujing asked. "This, I don't know much. I only know that they have to offer sacrifices at the altar and so on." Qin Yun finds it somewhat unexpected that Xian Rujing is actually following God. He doubtfully asked, "Are you a divine servant?" "No, I don't want to be a divine servant," Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun did not expect his guest to be wrong. He asked again, "Then why are you asking me about divine servants? I can recommend you to be a divine servant." Xian Rujing flew down the small hill and started walking forward. "I don't want to." Qin Yun's cooperation with Evil God is very good, even though he is a bottom-feeder god. You really want to give up such a good opportunity? Xian Rujing is somewhat flabbergasted. "Rujing, when are you going to Immortal Desolate? Is the Immortal Gate really here?" Qin Yun doesn't know what Xian Rujing is doing. He only wants to quickly find the immortal gate. The immortal gate is here, but now is not the time to approach it. I have been waiting for the right time to go in. You are so anxious to find the immortal gate because you want to enter Immortal Desolate through the immortal gate? Xian Rujing already knew that Qin Yun has this kind of idea. Now that Qin Yun is truly here, she is sure that Qin Yun is not joking. Indeed, I want to enter Immortal Desolate, Qin Yun said. Xian Rujing stopped, turned around, and looked at Qin Yun. She sighed and said, "How many times do you want me to tell you? Ordinary people cannot enter Immortal Desolate through the immortal gate. Don't even think about it. Properly cultivate here, cross seventh half immortal tribulation before transcending Xianxi region is destroyed. I want to give it a try." Qin Yun feels that there's no problem because Xie Karu said he can cross. Give it a try? You will die, Xian Rujing shouted. Don't be so stubborn. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, Forget it. If you don't want to bring me, I will find it myself. He finished speaking and was about to leave. Wait, you are not allowed to leave. Xian Rujing hastily stopped Qin Yun. I can go wherever I want. Why do you care? Qin Yun made a face at Xian Rujing and said with mischievous smile, Xian Rujing has no way to deal with Qin Yun. It must be known that with her talent and status, many young, outstanding talents are obedient to her every order. But this Qin Yun, not only does he not listen to her, he even contradicts her. She also knew very well that Qin Yun was not a man she could control. You told me to find you, and now you want to leave? Xian Rujing walked over and grabbed Qin Yun's wrist. All right, then tell me, what benefits will I get if I follow you? Qin Yun does not want to be watched over by Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing pulled Qin Yun and started jogging. She said, I will not treat you unfairly. Follow me for now. I will take you to familiarize yourself with this place. There are some secrets hidden here. Immortal Desolate frequently sends people to investigate. If you follow me, you will be able to get the latest news very quickly. This indeed aroused Qin Yun's curiosity. That arrogant guy just now came from Immortal Desolate. There are many factions in Immortal Desolate that sent people to this place through Immortal Gate. Xian Rujing said again, What is hidden here? Qin Yun looked at the white light clouds above. I also don't know, so I need you to follow me and investigate with me. That guy Ho Ruin wants to pursue me, but he is tight-lipped. He is not willing to say anything. Xian Rujing cursed in low voice. This hypocritical guy. All day long he says he cares about me, likes me, but he does not express anything. He wants to swindle a wolf for nothing. Swindle an ice mother tigress. He is not as good to you as I am, Qin Yun said with smile. Xian Rujing's lily-white hand suddenly became ice-cold. She vigorously pinched Qin Yun's big hand. Rujing, how did you become so strong? Moreover, it seems like you just crossed first tribulation half immortal tribulation not long ago. Now you're second tribulation half immortal? So fast. Qin Yun suddenly became very interested in this matter. He guessed that Xian Rujing must have become friends with some god. I won't tell you. Tell me about ancient domain. Xian Rujing said, All right, I am not as stingy as you. I will tell you about ancient domain. Qin Yun narrated his experience in ancient domain to Xian Rujing in simple terms. After Xian Rujing finished listening, she is very shocked. 18-layer dragon god altar? How is this possible? Ancient domain is a spirit-level space world. How can it have 18-layer dragon god altar? Rujing, I learned a lot about dragon god altar and god in ancient domain. Are you also worshipping a god? Qin Yun only wants to know which god Xian Rujing is following. My relationship with that god is very special. It is not a master-servant relationship. Xian Rujing became silent for a while, and then said a bit. Then what god is it? Qin Yun said with smile. Don't hide it from me. We are friends. Ice and snow goddess. You won't understand even if I tell you. Xian Rujing lightly groaned and said. Qin Yun doesn't understand, but he can ask evil god. Ling Yun'er's voice suddenly resounded. Xiao Yun, this Xian Rujing has changed a lot. Do you feel it? Qin Yun said, I feel it. Only her personality has changed a bit. Our relationship is still the same. I'm sure of it. Ling Yuner said with a smile. She is very interested in you. But then again, not only her personality has changed, her aura has also changed. It is not because she is arrogant. Rather, it is as if she was born with this aura. Qinyan also feels that Xian Rujing is a bit unfamiliar, but also very familiar. Rujing, this damned place has a 9 nether realm, right? Qin Yun recalled Evil God's words. Oh, you are very knowledgeable. There's indeed a 9 nether realm, but is also the biggest hidden danger of this place. Xian Rujing pointed at a direction. It is over there. When you are tired of living, you can go there and court death. I won't stop you. I'm tired of living now. I want to take a look. Qin Yun said with a smile. You are not allowed to go. Xian Rujing hastily shouted and vigorously grabbed Qin Yun's wrist, not letting him go. Didn't you say you won't stop me? Qin Yun said with a loud laugh. Wait until you find out the secret of this place. It won't be too late for you to court death. Xian Rujing pinched Qin Yun's hand and said very angrily. Qin Yun really wants to go take a look at the 9 nether realm heavenly lions. He also wants to know how they can summon so many nether realm heavenly lions. Moreover, they have different strength. Qin Yun is also very curious about the secret Xian Rujing spoke of. Now he can only follow Xian Rujing back. That secret, what is it related to? Qin Yun feels that Xian Rujing must know something. Don't hide anything from me. Tell me as much as you know. Only then we can cooperate. Chapter 1192. City of Immortal Gate. Qin Yun's heart immediately surged with incomparable astonishment. However, his expression is very calm as he said, Rujing, you can't casually say that other people are perverts. You don't have any proof, right? Immortal King Floatcloud was Qin Yun's previous incarnation. According to what Qin Yun knew, he was just a swindler in his previous incarnation. I've only heard about it. However, Immortal King Fu Yun indeed has a bad reputation in the Immortal Desolate. He has committed all sorts of crimes. Originally, this guy was quite upright, but he is a sanctimonious guy, Xian Rujing said. Although Qin Yun did not have the memories of his previous life, he still felt very displeased. What secrets can such a fellow leave behind? Said Qin Yun with a smile. According to the information I gathered, Celestial King Fu Yun came here many times before he died. As for what he wants to do, I also don't know. In short, it involved a legendary person of my Xian family. Xian Rujing suddenly stopped, lowered her head, and pondered. Qin Yun was secretly alarmed. He never expected that he had been here many times in his previous life. A legendary figure from your Xian family? Who are they? Asked Qin Yun. Her name is Xian Karu. She was sealed many years ago. She has many supreme treasures on her. I heard from my elders that Xian Karu was swindled by Immortal King Fu Yun and took away one of our Xian family's most valuable treasures. I guess it is very likely that it is hidden here, Xian Rujing said in low voice. Don't spread this matter everywhere. Rujing, that Immortal King Fu Yun is an immortal. Logically speaking, he shouldn't be able to come here, right? Qin Yun also wants to know what kind of good things he got from Xie Qiru in his previous life. He can't contact Xie Qiru, otherwise he would have directly asked her. Immortal King Fu Yun is a very powerful inscription master. He refined a puppet with strength equal to 6 tribulation half immortal and used the puppet to pass through the immortal gate. Xian Rujing said with sneer, This guy truly knows how to hide treasures. This way, it will be difficult for Immortal Desolate's immortals to come here. Qin Yun said with a smile. In that case, there will be many powerful puppets here. Xian Rujing nodded and said, Indeed, this is also the reason why I need you. You are inscription master. You are better at dealing with this kind of thing. Qin Yun was suddenly filled with anticipation. He wanted to see the puppets he had refined in his previous life so that he could learn from them. Rujing, what kind of treasure did your Xian family's Xian Qiru get swindled away? What is her relationship with Immortal King Floatcloud? Qin Yun asked. I don't know, it is too long ago. Xian Rujing shook her head. Qin Yun asked Yao Fong. Yao Fong also doesn't know anything about this place. She also doesn't know how Xiakiru was tricked. Xian Rujing brought along Qin Yun and continued their journey towards an ancient city. Qin Yun, I am warning you. After entering that immortal sect ancient city, you must restrain yourself from me. By all means, do not provoke the influential people inside, otherwise I will not be able to protect you. Xian Rujing very strictly said and pinched Qin Yun's arm. I know. Qin Yun stretched out his hand and pinched Xian Rujing's soft jade-like arm and groaned. Xian Rujing slapped his hand away and said again, I know your skill is not small, but this place is different from the others. This place is close to the immortal sect. Those with power and influence all come from the immortal desolate. Not only are they extremely talented, they also have a lot of equipment on them. Moreover, these people with power and influence all came here with important missions. If they come here, the consequences will be very severe. Is that how ruin? Qin Yun asked. Indeed. Xian Rujing nodded. What about you? Do you have a mission from your family? Qin Yun curled his lips. Don't hide it from me. I can see it clearly. Yes. Originally, I wanted to go back through the immortal sect, but I met my Xian family people here. Our mission is to take back the immortal family's supreme treasure that was swindled by immortal King Float Cloud. Xian Rujing took out a jade card flickering with white light. The word immortal is written on it. Immortal family is a super great faction in Immortal Desolate, because the strongest person behind Immortal family is Immortal Desolate Great Emperor. Qin Yun feels that Immortal King Float Cloud is his past life, so the supreme treasure that Immortal King Float Cloud hid here belongs to him. All right, I will do my best to help you. But my benefits, Qin Yun said with smile. Qin Yun, if the legend is true, then Immortal King Float Cloud hid a lot of things here. Xian Rujing's ice-cold, beautiful eyes flashed with craftiness. If we find it, the immortal family's supreme treasure will belong to me. Everything else will belong to you. Qin Yun laughed mischievously. This is the Rujing I know. Xian Rujing poked Qin Yun's waist. Therefore, you better behave for me. Don't make a big mess for me. What if Immortal King Float Cloud only left behind one supreme treasure and nothing else? How are we going to divide it? Qin Yun looked at Xian Rujing. Don't think that just because you are a woman, I will yield to you. I already thought of it. If there's only one supreme treasure, we will fight. Whoever wins gets it. Xian Rujing said very confidently. All right, it's a deal. Qin Yun laughed heartily. He feels that he can completely defeat Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing brought Qin Yun and arrived outside the ancient city. Although the immortal sect ancient city's gate is wide open, after approaching, they can see that there's a very strong barrier. The ancient gate looks like it has experienced the vicissitudes of life, but it is very sturdy. Moreover, it is grand and imposing, blooming with bursts of white light. There are many dragon carvings on the huge white city gate. On top of the gate, there are two large characters, Immortal City. There are no guards at the gate. After entering, Xian Rujing took out her Immortal Jade card and very smoothly passed through the city gate's barrier. What about me? Qin Yun tried using mysterious penetration divine ability, but was unable to enter. You wait. Xian Rujing finished speaking and rushed inside the city gate. There's a large house beside the gate. Qin Yun is pacing back and forth outside. Finally, Xian Rujing came out. After Xian Rujing came out, she handed over a black jade card to Qin Yun. There are a few words written on it. Xian Rujing's slave. Fuck, what the hell is this? Qin Yun very much wants to throw away this black jade card. He said with a very unhappy expression, I don't like this identity. Give me another one. You can't change it. Only this identity suits you. Xian Rujing said with expressionless face. You're doing this on purpose. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, How about this? You say that I am your husband. Won't that be enough? If people know that I have a man, how can I swindle those suckers? There are many big fishes in this city. I can easily fish up a lot of benefits from them. Then again, if you are my husband, you will surely attract a lot of trouble. Don't forget, a woman like me is a femme fatale. Whoever becomes my man will have endless troubles. Xian Rujing patted Qin Yun's shoulder and comforted him. After this matter is done, I will not treat you unfairly. How about this? I will let you touch my thigh. What is there to touch thigh? Qin Yun curled his lips and said with disgust, How are you a femme fatale? You are filthy. You think of me as filthy all day long. Qin Yun finds this very funny. He already used Dragon Claw Hand before. He doesn't care about thigh at all. Xian Rujing also thought of something. She really wants to slap Qin Yun to death. I'll let you touch thigh. You have to touch it. Don't refuse me. Be careful. I will bite you to death. From now on, you are my Xian Rujing's male slave. If you dare say no again, I will strip you and hang you on the city gate. Xian Rujing's voice is filled with threat. All right. Qin Yun helplessly sighed. He can only follow Xian Rujing and enter the city gate. Not long after entering the city, he saw Ho Ruin walking over with face filled with hypocritical smile. Rujing, I heard that you just gave a male slave a pass. Is that right? If you're looking for a male slave, why didn't you tell me? I will help you find one. Ho Ruin saw Qin Yun and the smile on his face disappeared. Xian Rujing said in cold voice, This is my male slave. I will be more at ease if I find one myself. Ho Ruin looked at Qin Yun with expression filled with jealousy and asked, Isn't this guy your friend? Moreover, he is speaking rudely. Is it really good for him to be your male slave? Oh, that's right. Have you castrated him? If not, I can help you. Qin Yun cursed in his heart. This male slave actually has to be castrated. Don't tell me you really think that I will be together with this kind of trash? Xian Rujing said with sneer. I am looking for a capable male slave, not a demon that is neither male nor female. When needed, I want him to work hard for me. If he is castrated, how can I use him? Ho Ruin's expression became a lot better. He said with smile, That's right. Rujing, you are a high and aloof holy maiden. How can you like this kind of guy? I am truly thinking too much. Xian Rujing coldly groaned and said, To be honest, there are not many people who are willing to be my male slave, especially first tribulation half-immortals. This guy is a first tribulation half-immortal, yet he is willing to be my male slave. Let me ask, this kind of pleasing to the eye, moreover, willing to work hard without complaint, where can I find one? Can you help me find one? Yes. This kind of lowly guy is very rare. Ho Ruin said with smile. Who are you calling lowly? Xian Rujing's expression turned cold. Her beautiful eyes are filled with killing intent as she looked at Ho Ruin. Ho Ruin is so scared that he can't speak. Insulting my male slave is the same as insulting me. Xian Rujing, you better remember this. If there's a next time, I will cut off your tongue. Xian Rujing's ice-cold and imposing aura caused Ho Ruin's face to turn deathly pale. He doesn't dare to speak again. Xian Rujing no longer looked at Ho Ruin. She said to Qin Yun in clear and cold voice, Let's go. Qin Yun also did not say anything. He followed behind Xian Rujing and boarded a large carriage. Xian Rujing is also worried that Qin Yun will be provoked. So when Qin Yun is being humiliated, she must stand up and handle it herself. If Qin Yun takes action, it will be like piercing the heavens. Rujing, with you protecting me, my heart feels warm. Qin Yun said to Xian Rujing with smile, Rest assured, as long as you follow me, there will be no mishap. Xian Rujing proudly smiled. I still have a lot of power and influence here. How about this? We will sleep together at night. I am worried that someone will secretly harm me. Qin Yun said with playful smile. Chapter 1193. Ice and Snow Goddess. Chapter 1193. Ice and Snow Goddess. Seeing Xian Rujing agree so straightforwardly, Qin Yun is somewhat worried in his heart. He is afraid that this ice mother tigress will act recklessly at night. But he really wants to be together with Xian Rujing. It will be safer this way. Although there is no sun in this underwater treasure domain, there is still night. The white light cloud floating in the sky does not shine at night, because there are no stars or moon here. At night, This underwater treasure domain becomes very dark because there are no stars or moon here. Qin Yun is sitting in the carriage, staring at Xian Rujing's absolutely beautiful ice-cold face. Xian Rujing also doesn't mind. She is very clear what kind of person Qin Yun is. Even if he harbors evil intentions, he will not act recklessly. Yuan, Bing Xing, and Shuri will have gone to Immortal Desolate. So you're also in a hurry to go, right? Xian Rujing asked. It is good that you know, Qin Yun said with a smile. Even if you are in a hurry, you should consider the consequences. I'm not trying to scare you. I just don't want to lose you as a friend. If you enter Immortal Sect, it will be hard for you to survive. Xian Rujing said in cold voice. Back then, Yuan and Bing Xing warned me to keep an eye on you and prevent you from doing anything dangerous. Qin Yun naturally knows that Xian Rujing is doing this for his own good. But entering Immortal Sect has been planned thoroughly. He will also have Yao Fang's help when the time comes. Yao Fang can now fuse with World Extermination Spirit. She has already begun cultivating Nine-Sun World Extermination Scripture. She also promised Qin Yun that when entering Immortal Sect, she will do her best to help him. All right, I will listen to you. Qin Yun laughed. He can only appease Xian Rujing first so that she won't secretly obstruct him. That's right. I understand Immortal Sect matters better than you. Xian Rujing lightly sighed. She finally felt relieved. The cart stopped after traveling for more than an hour. Qin Yun followed Xian Rujing down from the carriage and looked at the city gate ahead in amazement. There is actually another city inside the Immortal Sect ancient city. But after he looked carefully, he saw that there are two large characters written on the city gate. Immortal Mansion. This is our immortal family's immortal mansion. I already told you that I only have a small amount of power and influence inside the immortal mansion. There are many people stronger than me. So, you must be careful. Xian Rujing once again warned Qin Yun in a serious manner. Qin Yun nodded as well. Xian Rujing brought Qin Yun to a small house outside the gate. She went inside and gave Qin Yun an entry token. After Qin Yun approached, he realized that the barrier around the immortal abode was much stronger than the barrier around the ancient city. The immortals here can directly receive help from the Immortal Desolate. Furthermore, the Immortal Desolate could also send many capable people over. One could imagine how strong their overall strength was. Xian Rujing boarded the carriage with Qin Yun and then passed through the large door. After entering the huge immortal abode, Qin Yun immediately sensed an extremely dense immortal aura. The immortal energy here is about the same as the Immortal Desolate. Otherwise, no one would be willing to come. Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun did not dare to open the window to look outside, afraid that he would cause trouble. However, he knew that this immortal abode was definitely very spacious. It was like a city within a city. Your immortal family sent so many experts down just to find that treasure. Qin Yun felt that this immortal family was too generous. According to them, they are here for the treasure. However, I believe that they have other goals. As for what they want to do, I don't know. There are 3 other factions here that are as strong as the immortal family. They will also station themselves here. On the surface, they are here to snatch the treasure from us, but in the dark, they must have other goals. Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun felt itchy in his heart. He feels that this must be related to his past life. His past life was active here, and he stayed here for a very long time. This place was connected to Divine Desolate, Sacred Desolate, and other Great Desolate. Clearly, he had done some mysterious things here in his previous life. Xian Rujing only has a small position in the immortal abode. This made Qin Yun even more curious about the immortal abode. Xian Rujing has dual spirit 8 sun immortal veins. If he marries her, as long as they consummate their marriage, he will obtain 8 sun immortal veins. Just this point alone will allow her to have a very high position. After all, the immortal family can sell her for a very good price. However, she is only a small noble here. This caused Qin Yun to be very curious about what kind of people are like. Originally, Qin Yun did not believe that Xian Rujing has a low position in the immortal abode. But after seeing her residence, he became convinced. Xian Rujing's residence is a cave. Although the mountain is lush and verdant, there are many flowers, plants, and trees, but their grade is too low. Xian Rujing dug a cave on this mountain and casually made a stone door or something to use as her residence. Her cave entrance is at the middle of the mountain. It is several hundred meters high. Standing at the cave entrance, Qin Yun can see that there are many gardens and pavilions with pleasant scenery inside the immortal abode. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye to see that the nine-sun immortal energy in those places is very dense. This huge abode is divided into large and small gardens and courtyards. All of them have very strong energy-gathering formations. Especially in the large gardens, there are mountains and rivers. The nine-sun immortal energy is very dense. You live in this broken-down place? Qin Yun entered the cave with expression of disgust. I'm only one person. Of course I live in this kind of place. Other people come with their families. They bring a large group of powerful and loyal subordinates. Of course their treatment is good. Xian Rujing spoke of this matter and is somewhat envious. Her cave is very simple and crude. There is a hall and a stone room. Both are very narrow and small. Doesn't that mean there are many factions inside the immortal abode? Qin Yun said with frown. Everyone does their own thing. Don't they unite to do great things? If they unite, who will get the credit? If their own group completes the mission, they will get the reward. After splitting it, it will be very generous. Here, everyone has their own selfish motives. Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun said with smile. This is a good thing. If they don't unite, it will not be easy to find those treasures. Xian Rujing pointed at a wall and said, You dig a stone room for yourself here. Don't make it too big. What are you digging for? Am I not sleeping with you? Qin Yun said with smile. I told you to dig, just dig. Xian Rujing said in cold voice. If someone comes in and sees that there's only one room here, they will be suspicious. So you're saying that I will still sleep in the same room as you? Qin Yun took out his tools and asked with smile. Of course. I said that I will protect you. Xian Rujing suddenly faintly smiled. I still want to sleep in the same bed as you. Do you think I'm afraid of you? Qin Yun very quickly dug out a stone room and a stone door. I want to soak in bath and cultivate. Don't come in. Xian Rujing entered her room and closed the stone door. Qin Yun guessed that Xian Rujing is using divine liquid to cultivate. There is a rumor in Immortal Desolate about using divine liquid to soak in bath. Xiao Yumei tried it before. It was extremely painful. It is a kind of torture. And Qin Yun dripped the divine liquid on the dragon meat, then roasted it with a powerful flame, allowing the dragon meat to absorb the divine liquid. Then eating the dragon meat, the effect is the same. It is even better than soaking in bath. This is the conclusion Xiao Yuemei reached after being tortured. Qin Yun walked back and forth in the living room, then used Extinction Spirit Eye to look at the stone door and saw that Xian Rujing is soaking in bath. There is a white square jade basin as big as a bed inside Xian Rujing's room. It is filled with white immortal liquid and faint golden splendor lingering around it. It is clear that divine liquid has been dripped inside. Xian Rujing's eyes are tightly closed. Her face is filled with pain. Xiao Yun makes a movement. She will surely stand up and you will see everything. Ling Yun gave Qin Yun an idea and said with evil smile. Am I that kind of person? Qin Yun curled his lips and said, What is there to see? Sister Steamed Bun and Sister Bing Xing are much more beautiful than her. It is not like I have never seen them before. Just as Qin Yun was about to retract his Extinction Spirit Eye, Xian Rujing suddenly jumped out. She is unable to endure the pain brought by the divine liquid. This is good. Qin Yun can see even if he doesn't want to. Ling Yun said with charming smile, Compared to Sister Steam Bun and Sister Bing Xing, how is this Ice Mother Tigress? Just SOSO. Qin Yun said he doesn't want to see. He immediately retracted his Extinction Spirit Eye's power. There is not a single ripple in his heart. Qin Yun arrived at his room, closed the door, set up a barrier, and took out the large golden devil horn. Evil God, Have you heard of Snow Goddess? Qin Yun asked. Why are you asking this? Did you find her altar? You must not act recklessly. If you mess with her altar and she finds out that you are with me, I will be done for. Evil God's voice is filled with fear and alarm. His voice came from the large golden devil horn. You are not afraid of Dragon God. Why are you afraid of Snow Goddess? Qin Yun said with disdain. You know, fart. Snow Goddess is not easy to provoke. No matter who I provoke, no one dares to provoke her. Why are you mentioning her? Evil God very anxiously asked. Did you truly find her altar? Of course not. I found a woman who is with Snow Goddess. I have very good relationship with her. Qin Yun said. So it is like this. Then you get familiar with that woman. Ask her to put in a few good words for me in front of Snow Goddess. Pull me into a good relationship. To be honest, if I am with Snow Goddess, you will also have boundless future prospects. Evil God laughed loudly and said, Qin Yun is truly speechless. This evil god always wants to curry favor with other formidable gods. His skin is extremely thick. She is not Snow Goddess's divine servant. Qin Yun said again, Oh, that's right. I heard that Snow Goddess does not have an altar. She uses a special method to collect sacrificial power. Also, she only collects death sacrifice power. That woman, you know, is definitely not simple. There is a rumor that Snow Goddess does not have divine servants, but she has many scattered avatars. That is why she rarely shows her face. Everyone says that she is controlling her avatars. What? The woman I know is Snow Goddess avatar? Qin Yun does not dare to believe this is true. This is just a rumor. Who knows? In short, Snow Goddess is not ranked on the god list, but everyone is afraid of her. This woman is not simple. It seems like she has not shown her face for more than 10,000 years. Evil God thought carefully and said again, You pay attention to that woman. Don't let her kill you. Qin Yun hastily stored away the large golden devil horn and went to knock on Xian Rujing's door. What is it? Xian Rujing's ice-cold voice came through. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.